Hello, everyone, and welcome to Millennial episode of Raw Talkin. I am your host, Titus, aka Andrew. Down below, you know him, you love him. It's Joe. Might be Joe, possibly Joe, Bro Joe. You know, it's fine.
You know what my favorite part about our intro is?
It's different every time.
That you start it and I don't have to. You even introduce me. So I don't have to introduce myself. It's my favorite part. Is that you do the intro. That's the thing that I would dread doing. So you get to do it all, and I just wave or do something.
At this point, you know what? Fuck it.
That's great. No, I genuinely appreciate it.
We're playing Twilight Princess, and the reason I'm calling this a Millennial episode is because I have something to complain about. And I have the most, nerdy I don't go outside story. And I started to tell this before we started, but I saved it because content. So, my neighbor, typical American family, 2 kids, 2 stupid dogs, especially they have 3 dogs, a really, really fat one, a really, really small one, and then another one that they paid too much money for. And I feel for them. One of their kids has some things going on. He's deaf. He's still fully functional, but he's deaf. So that that has its own challenges and all that stuff. But so it's my yard, neighbor's yard, and we're on an incline. And these fucking kids, they have a trampoline in the corner of the yard, and they like to put a sprinkler underneath their trampoline when it's 80 degrees outside. And just play in it. So every single day, even though my HOA has a pool, they just play with a sprinkler on all the time. You know what that does? It floods my yard. All the way down to the sidewalk. Let you know that they have the trampoline in the corner of the backyard. That's how much water they use.
That's a hell of a water
every single fucking day. It's so bad that it's starting to erode some of the fucking soil by my patio, that it's started to undercut my slab. So when I mow, it's always so soggy over there. And so here's my thing where it's been raining a bunch because it's springtime in the middle of BFE. And so it rained a bunch on Saturday. I couldn't mow on Sunday because it was wet still. And then I mowed on Monday after I got home from work. I just mowed the front yard because I didn't have time to mow the backyard. So I mowed the front yard, and I mowed and all that stuff. And I saved that side for last because I knew it was going to be wet and miserable to get to. I was feeling fine all the way to mowing the wet part. And then I started mowing the wet part, and then all of a sudden I just felt drainage from allergies just hit me in the face. I was completely fine until I hit all of the wet, soggy grass. And I just felt it go, boom, and I just felt drainage. I woke up the next day. My tonsils were touching inside my throat. They were so swollen and hurt so badly that I slept for another 4 hours. So I don't go outside because outside is trying to kill me.
I see. Yeah, I don't know of a way around that without having an uncomfortable conversation with your neighbor.
I've told them when we first moved in, hey, and they tried to build up some water or whatever, or build up some of their soil to move it, but they just do so much water. Water.
Water is not expensive.
It's pretty pricey.
But if they're doing that much every day, that's a lot. It's a lot. Water.
And mind you, we pay for a pool in our HOA. They could just go to the fucking pool.
Yeah.
Also, again, as I say, I feel bad because having a child who is deaf is probably not the easiest thing in the world. I get that. I do understand that, but
He's has nothing to do with the specific way.
What I'm getting to is he's 6 or 7. I think he's 6, maybe going on 7. And this kid will just run around in his underwear, and they're completely okay with it. He'll run around outside in his underwear, and they're completely, it's like, he's old enough to, like, know better, right?
Yeah.
They're old enough to, like, say something, right? Maybe? Am I insane? Am I the asshole in this situation here?
I don't think you are. I don't think a kid that old should be running around without clothes on outside.
Yeah, it's weird.
I don't,
dude.
and obviously, their water games would be fine if it was contained to their yard, but it's not.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's just really miserable. So.
Hey, it's Uku.
And they also have a basketball goal that they just leave. The basketball goal blocking the sidewalk all the time. They do not move it. It just stays there.
Oh.
These are kind of typical American don't give a fuck kind of family. And I hate it.
Next time you need it, well, yeah.
So that's my millennial complaint. Anyway, yeah, my throat has been fucking miserable.
That's as much a boomer complaint as a millennial complaint. I don't think there's anything too millennial about that.
I don't go outside. I don't like it. It hates me.
But I also I don't know what you do about that other than talk to your neighbors.
Which
I have some neighbors that we wave and talk to and chat with.
I'll talk to them. Yeah.
And we have other neighbors that are like never outside. I have seen their faces like 4 times. We've lived here for over a year. I see their dog all the time, but they're never out there with it.
That's gonna try and kill me.
You like it? It's a different spider now.
No, this thing. This wall trap is gonna try and kill me. This is a gate? Alright, it's just a gate. Alright, thank God. Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, what are you talking about? It's a trap. I've seen video games before. I have.
I like the little 4-legged spiders. I think they're fun. By the way,
they're not really a spider if they're 4-legged.
They're not really, but they're close enough. I will say this about this temple. I'll just tell you now. There are some... This temple involves a non-zero amount of backtracking. So if you're looking at a chest and you're like, I have no idea how to get that thing, you...
Probably gotta backtrack.
You probably will get to it later. As in, like, as part of the temple, you will probably come back to it later. So, don't fret too much if you're like, I have no idea how to get to that thing. If you do, cool. But if you don't, like, whatever.
Yeah, I gotta put a pot down, I'm guessing.
I love this puzzle. 10 out of 10 puzzle.
Okay. Put a pot down, that's good. And then... Alright, so they're giving me arrows. Alright, yeah, okay, I understand. Go over here. And I just shot that guy through the wall, so I could just do this. Whoops.
Yep. This is one of those very simple things, but I don't think there's any other...
Oh, God!
I don't know if there's another Zelda game that does something like that.
Nope, there is
Yeah, not. I don't know if these guys technically count as Lizalfos or Dinalfos, because they're technically different. But they're fun. I like their axe tails.
Who the hell is this guy? Bro, let's talk about this.
That is an Armos in this game.
Let's
which
talk
you've
about
seen
this.
Armos before.
Let's talk about this, bro. Do I have to hit you with a bomb?
They're defeated like you... Well, Armos can be defeated a couple different ways depending on the game.
Oh, there we go. Okay. You have a bat.
Indeed.
Oh, you're gonna blow up. Okay, we're good.
I actually don't know if the explosion does damage in this game. I think it's mostly that they flail around while they're dying. When they hit you, but I don't actually think the explosion does damage like it does in some games.
So yeah, you said I've been busy. I was actually just homesick for 2 days straight, and then today I was busy.
I see. It's been. I'll tell you what. In our daily chat, it has been quiet.
Yeah.
Because our other friend is also gone this week. I think he's traveling. So it's just me and then the least talkative person because he's like actually busy with his job all the time. So we've chatted a bit, but I think yesterday it was I said good morning, and then 3 hours later at 10 he said good morning, and that was the whole day. There was no other chatting. So it's been fine though. I've been busiest this week I've been in a long time. I'm working on the project that I actually care about again. Like, it's interesting. I know what I'm doing. I have my own, like, it's been really nice after basically 5 months of just like, meh.
It was nice. I took off work when I was actually in a low point. I was waiting for other people to finish work and stuff, so like I actually came back with nothing to do. It was amazing. I was like, oh, thank God, I didn't actually miss anything. This was a great time for me to get sick because I didn't miss anything. Thunder, how's Alex? He's good. I talked to him yesterday. We chit-chatted about stuff yesterday.
Thunder knows Alex.
Yeah, we used to play PUBG on the channel a lot. And so it was, Alex and me and Max and Tyler. A lot of clips came from PUBG.
I played PUBG with you too, but I don't think I played it on the channel much. I think I did, but like not often. I was very bad at it.
Might be. Yeah, you might be on the channel.
I know I played some Apex with you guys.
You're on the channel in Apex with Max a lot. That was
for
fun.
sure, because we were. That one we had less of our friends playing Apex.
I like Apex. I want to get back into it, and then I realize that it's a terrible idea, and I don't do it anymore.
Yeah.
Every so often, I'll re-download it because a buddy of mine's like, "Hey, play it." I'm like, "All right, I'll play it."
I really respect the games that go on for a long time like that, and the people that play them a lot. Yeah. But I also like.
That one's pretty good. Oh, these are ticks. These are gross.
I know.
Oh.
They're really, really gross, and I appreciate it because it's really good. But boy, yeah.
Start picking them all. See ya. Alright, no, that's gonna waste all my arrows. Oh, it's a BMOS.
Indeed it is.
Oh,
I like how they indicate the range of the BMOS in this game too.
Step into that. Step into that. Step into it.
Finishing blow!
I wanted to have him step into the electric thing, but he didn't. So it's fine.
I mean, you can if you really need to see it happen.
Oh,
look at the floor after you shoot the thing.
You mean the range?
Well, right where you were standing on a little symbol.
Oh, it's the one of the temples. This dungeon's pretty cool.
It's a really, really fun dungeon. I kind of think of it as my favorite dungeon. I don't think it's a perfect dungeon or anything, but I just really like the vibe. I just really like the whole thing. I think it's very fun, and like lore-wise, it's very interesting, stuff like that. But yes. Oh boy. Well, we do have some minor Xenoblade news we can talk about. Since we did play the last game we played on podcast was Xenoblade, so we should talk about it. So, they've been tweeting out various bits of information.
Said nothing. All right, what if I ring-a-ding-ding this? Nothing. All right, cool.
Yes, we should talk about it. So, Michael, you'll see this. So we already know that Xenoblade 3 is, quote, combining the worlds, of Xenoblade 1 and 2, right? They have shown, in early screenshots, even from the very first trailer, people identified locations from both Xenoblade 1 and Xenoblade 2 that were, like, visible but changed.
So it is going to be a mixture of the two games, which doesn't
well, but they actually had a few tweets the other day where it was explicitly just like, here is this region named blah, and like, this region is interesting for its lush jungle or whatever, right? Stuff like that. So they did a few of these tweets.
This is a clock.
But, in particular, there was a tweet that showed a region called... what's it called? What's it called here? And of course, the different localizations are going to be slightly different. But it's like I'm going to have to find... Man, the problem is the Japanese website is great because the Japanese Twitter is only Xenoblade, so I don't have to scroll through, whereas in the US, in the North America, the tweets are... it's just Nintendo of America, so you also have all the tweets for whatever other things they're promoting right now that you have to, like, sort through. So it's a little harder. I guess I can look at the hashtag. Maybe I can filter this, right?
Yeah, you should be able to filter it.
But anyways, so this one, it's called, and Michael, listen closely. Mactha Wildwood. So,
Ooh.
there is a region in Xenoblade 1
We've
called
lost half the audience.
called Macna Forest. Sure.
Uh-huh.
Great.
Uh-huh.
Macna
Sure.
Forest.
Mm-hmm.
It's a popular area. It's very pretty. It's a lush jungle.
Mm-hmm.
These screenshots show that this region, Mactha Wildwood,
Mm-hmm.
is actually very clearly a fusion of multiple other regions.
You, Sean. Ha! Sorry.
The Mac is from Macna. The Th is Moritha
Oh.
from Xenoblade 2, which is the world under the Cloud Sea.
Uh-huh.
So it is a lush jungle full of giant winding trees cutting through ancient decrepit skyscrapers.
You know, instead of playing the game and finding this all out for yourself while you play the game, you would much rather spoil yourself.
What? They're tweeting it out. It's promotional material.
Yeah, you can ignore it.
I'm trying to have fun. Don't be whatever you're being right now. We're having fun here. We're having
You mean
fun.
you would rather spoil it for yourself than come up to the conclusion? Oh God!
It's not spoil. Here's my hot take. It cannot be a spoiler if it is in official communications. And to a reasonable extent, nothing about this is plot. Nothing about this is story events. It can't be. It's just it is literally just a description of a set piece in the game.
I know, but you could have figured that out while you played the game. You could have gone there and been like,
Yeah, but like,
you know?
either way, I'm having the realization, right?
Yeah, but
What's the difference if I have it now or then?
I just like fun. It's fun. Scorbin! Sorry.
I guess I'll post it in here if anybody wants to go look at the pictures in chat. And mainly Michael, if he deigns to go on Twitter for 30 seconds to look at the pictures.
He won't.
But the other interesting stuff is that they appear to be basically confirming. There's been a couple other tweets that the Xenoblade 2 DLC contained a crafting system where you would sit down at campfires and each character had a special thing they could make. And the tweets have seemed to indicate that this mechanic is coming back.
Oh, come on.
Because there is a character who's a cook, and then there have been multiple tweets referencing collecting ingredients, right? So that's interesting. And then they also tweeted out like a dev diary situation.
Thank you.
Yesterday, I think, which talked about how they have modified field skills. So in Xenoblade 1, field skills were not a thing. Just wasn't a thing at all. Xenoblade 2 had these, and Xenoblade X had field skills, but they were very boring. So there were literally 3 skills. Each skill had a level 1 to 5, and you basically just had to, like, every time you had 2 different leveling systems. You had class level. You had 3 different leveling systems in Xenoblade X. There was like character level, character class level, and then your field skill levels. And every time you leveled up a certain blah blah blah, you could allocate a skill point, whatever. But the thing is, the field skill check in Xenoblade X was you would walk up to a thing, it would be like, this is a mechanics check, and then you would mash A, and that's it. You would just hit A sometimes, and it did not, as far as I could tell, you couldn't fail it. So I think the only point was to generate this moment where you like had to not be interrupted, right? So if an enemy came and attacked you, like they didn't
with its terrible aggro.
They didn't want you to be able to just activate skill checks whenever, but it was very boring because you just walk up to like a decrepit piece of machinery and then you would just have to mash A for a second, and then you could get the field skill. Very boring, not a very interesting system. Xenoblade 2 had tons of field skills.
Yeah, it was too much.
But they required you to have them in your party.
It was
and
too
because you
much.
had so many different people you could have, there was a lot of menuing, a lot of menu shuffling to make that happen sometimes.
All right.
So that was really frustrating. This game seems to have changed it where field skills in this game are going to be stuff like climbing, rail grinding, or whatever, right? Like
Interactive things.
interactive things that just grant you access to a new area, which like technically some Xenoblade 2 skills did. You would need fire mastery to clear a water barrier, and then you could get through or whatever. Right, if you didn't have to have them in the active party, but then the problem, Michael, with that was then they didn't balance around that, so it would have been way too easy. So they had to juggle it somewhere else, because if they didn't have to be in your party, I had like 17 water blades, so I would have been able to have water mastery level 20, like without any problems. And that's not great either. I don't think they settled on the right answer in 2, but I don't think that just making it so you didn't have to have in your active party, if that would have been the right answer, it would have taken a lot of rebalancing to make that system work. But in this one, not only is it stuff like mobility, accessibility stuff, but also they explicitly say you learn skills by meeting characters on your journey.
This kind of reminds me of the Majora's Mask Spirit Temple.
You get to a new town, and they're like, oh, there's an avid fisherman or whatever, and he teaches you fishing level 1 or what have you, right? Like, that seems like a really good way to do that. And by making it like movement oriented, it allows it to be
oh boy, moving wall labyrinth
figured
puzzles.
out the vibe. Yeah.
Oh goody.
By making the movement and stuff oriented, it gives you a reason to go back and explore areas from the game later on during the game, right?
I'm so good at these. I'm not. That's the joke. I'm just not.
I like the arrow holes.
Oh. I missed him twice. That was terrible.
Yeah, you did.
There we go.
Yeah, Michael. They would have had to make the skills less rare, but then they would have needed to not rely on the gotcha system.
It's a map.
It almost would have been better if, like...
Damn, I was wrong. It's actually a compass. Did I miss the map?
If maybe they... If they had done it... No, you got the map. It was like the first chest you got.
Oh, I wasn't paying attention.
I think the only way they could have done it, Michael, where they didn't require it in your party, is if they somehow, like, only allowed... It was just the highest level that you had. So, like, let's say you have one water blade and you train its water mastery up, then all of the other blades you have with lower water mastery, maybe they don't matter. And so something like that... Or
they just make the skill checks slightly higher.
Yeah, something... Well, they would have had to be... Well, that's the problem, though. You don't want to make it... You don't want to make it a system where it depends on you having all the right blades, because it's luck-based. So it can't rely too much on luck, which is why they have low levels.
It does that anyway, though.
No, but you don't have to have... Most water blades have water mastery.
Right, but for some of the higher skill checks, you need some of the rare blades.
Right, but you need some of them, but you don't need all of them.
Right, but you just have to balance around that accordingly.
There's actually a spot on the floor that tells you where to stand. Just look. There's a little circle.
Oh, right here. I could hit it from here.
Mm-hmm. You'll see. That sort of thing will pop up throughout this dungeon where if they need you to stand, look at the floor. The tiling is actually really indicative of like where they want you to be.
Oh, this guy's armored. Let's go.
Yes, the armored ones, fuck them. If they start blocking you, it is really difficult to actually land a hit against them. Or maybe it's not that, there's a variant of them that's really, really annoying to kill. But yeah, some sort of system where they... Like I said, you have to have some water blades, but you don't have to have them all. Most of the skills appeared on most of the blades. So something where... Yeah, exactly. And this is... Functionally, that's what they're doing, right? They're doing progression-oriented skill... Or, like, progression-oriented skill checks where it's like, oh, you completed this side quest? Well, that NPC leveled up your climbing level or whatever, right?
I mean, yeah, that is the easy way to do it.
That's a good, consistent way, I think, that gives you the incentive to go back and explore areas. It gives you an incentive to do side quests.
Here's my hot take, though. You don't need that. That's just extra fluff.
Side quests?
No, the field skill stuff. That's just all extra fluff.
I mean, yeah, but same thing in Persona 5.
How dare you talk bad about that game?
I'm just saying you have your pentagon of stats or whatever it is.
How dare you? I must be smart so I can date Makoto. How dare you, sir?
Unnecessary fluff. You don't have to date Makoto.
Yes, I do.
Just don't date her.
Yes, I do.
That's optional content, man.
It's part of the game.
You don't want to do it, don't do it. That's exactly what it is.
It's very funny. I have to kill everything in here, and then this goes away.
Or does it?
I mean, that's what happened last time. Oh, okay. Wait a second. That's kind of dumb. Nope, wrong thing.
But also, circling back to the first thing I was excited about, the aesthetic of overgrown post-apocalyptic city, A+ aesthetic, right? That's a great aesthetic.
Oh god.
Greenery, overgrowing, and a Kirby Forgotten Land, same situation. But like
Forbidden
giant
West. Zero
Zero Dawn. The Kirby and the Forgotten Land. Horizon Forbidden West.
Yeah, that's
Sorry.
what I said.
I think I said Kirby Forbidden Land.
Oh, I didn't even notice.
But no, like, and Machina Forest in Xenoblade 1, it's not just trees. They're like giant. They are skyscraper sized.
Am I gonna have to backtrack?
Windy trees. Yes, you'll have to backtrack.
There's something I'm missing here.
Correct. There is something you're missing here. You'll have to come back for it.
It's probably the item.
Basically, yes. You'll see when you see. But
Give me my electric rod.
But yes, I love this idea of these big.
Give
giant...
Link his rod, Daddy. What?
I like the idea of these big giant buildings intermingled with the forest, and I think the other interesting thing from a lore standpoint that this brings up,
stupid little tick guys,
is it seems to imply that the worlds didn't like. When the worlds combined, they didn't just like sidle up next to each other, but they like spliced into one another. Like occupying.
Bro, but Xenoblade 2 is
space.
just a simulation. How could it be real? It's just a dream created by the Faith.
Oh god.
Oh
man, I have enough confusion in my head after playing Final Fantasy VII R and attempting to learn about what the hell is going on.
Well,
without actually, I don't want to commit to playing all of Final Fantasy VII, the original. I don't.
Speaking of Final Fantasy VII, apparently we're going to get some news about it next month.
It's like 25th anniversary of Final Fantasy VII, so there's a rumor that we're going to get something.
I mean, they said they're going to split that game up, so they better give people something.
But that's it. From my understanding,
people are going to riot in the streets.
Midgar is like the first quarter or third of the game.
It's not even that much. It's
right.
Like,
so like, how are they going to do?
It's the first quarter of the first disc.
Right, so like, what are they even going to do? This game's going to be, they're going to be releasing this game for the next 10, 20 years.
Well, you can sum up some of the next part. You don't have to do all the traveling stuff.
Is there some stuff that you could just straight up slice out and it would
you
be
can
fine?
skip Fort Condor. You don't need Fort Condor at all. There's just some stuff they can slice out and then and like hit the main story points.
Yeah.
More than anything. Like you can make a game out of going to the next place and Gold Saucer and all that stuff.
We know the story will change as well.
Oh my god, it's a scale. Who would have known?
Right? Scale puzzles. But no, like we also know that the story is changing, right? Like some changes have already been established in 7R and we know there will be more.
Damn, I'm a heavy boy apparently.
For the sake of these, I believe you weigh the same. I
do not weigh the same. I threw one of these off and it did not.
And
move.
you're still. So you weigh probably 1.5 of them for the sake of it. Basically, 2 is heavier than you, but 1 is lighter than you. Is probably the situation.
No, you're wrong, Michael. Fort Condor minigame sucks ass. See, haha, they were smart. I can't cheese it. Okay. Alright.
Wait, what about Mist and Rhyme? Rhyme was made by totally different people.
Okay. Let's.
Or are you thinking Riven? Rhyme is Mist-like. Different game.
Oh god. Almost rolled off. Yeah. I found it out, video game. You can't trick me. Michael, you're so wrong. The Fort Condor minigame is ass, and the fact that you have to go and revisit it every chapter is terrible.
I should mention, in Kirby and the Forgotten Land, there are a few minigames. Oh, Rhyme is one of the islands in Myst? I didn't think they had names.
What is...
Rhyme is an island? I thought they were just they were different eras, and it was just like the ancient era, the clockwork era, or whatever.
Something...
You're very much overthinking something.
Apparently?
Like, you can do something that you apparently don't think you can do.
I guess. Can I throw it up there?
Yes.
Can I really? It looks like it'll hit it.
No, it's close, but I'm pretty sure I think you can.
I think I can. It might be a little... Hold on. No, it keeps bouncing. Are you lying to me, Joe? No, you have to do it from the right angle. All right,
yeah.
Okay.
No. Oh, the scale was balanced when you had 2, I think.
It was balanced.
So you weighed 2 of them.
Oh no, please, why?
These chocolate-covered pistachios are great.
God damn it. I keep throwing
What are you doing? You don't need it to be balanced. You just need to be able to get up there.
Yeah, that's balanced when I come back. That's all.
That's it. I have technically only ever played Myst 1, which I've completed, and I have, I think, played part of Myst 2, Riven, but, like, that's it. Maybe I played some of Myst 3. It's unclear.
We played, it was fun.
It was really fun.
I can't believe we beat it, to be fair.
Yeah. I don't think you can get away with cutting something out of a remake scot-free. I think that some people will like that area or whatever. And...
I mean, yeah, you can never make everybody happy, but there is definitely in terms of Final Fantasy VII-R, there's some stuff you can cut and streamline. Like, you can cut if you don't want people to explore the world freely like they were before, and you just want them to be in the certain area, then force them to be in the certain area.
That's definitely going to be the thing, because 7R does not let you... It is... The amount of backtracking you can do is incredibly minimal.
Oh my god. Sorry?
7R has 17 chapters, and only 4 of them have side quests.
And
you can only do side quests during those 4 chapters.
Here's the thing
that advance the story, all those side quests are gone.
Really pisses me off. Where people are like, Final Fantasy games can be too linear, open world, and then they get Final Fantasy VII-R, and it's like, this is Hallway Simulator, but in a different package that you're more familiar with.
Linear games offer stronger narratives. That's not.
And Final Fantasy VII-R's narrative is insane.
It is. It's really, really strong. The character development, the cutscenes, the animations, it's all very, very
big
good.
Idiot?
If you hit the throw button?
Well, I think I stepped forward on accident.
Is this actually... I don't know. Okay. Wind Waker is the one where you have a button for throw and a button for setting down.
You shut up. 13 was fine.
I would like to play 13 at some point. It's not an urgent thing, but I think I do want to play 13.
13
it's the one I'm the
is
most curious about.
A fine Final Fantasy game. It gets too much shit for you want to talk about a game that sucks? Play 8. Yeah, I said it. Come at me.
People like... Was that one Squall?
Yeah. Yeah, people like emo Cloud. They did Cloud so well that they just made a emo version.
Cloud is emo.
Yes. Now they have Squall. He's even more emo.
I'm
gonna come out. Yes, I upset people.
Day one podcast audience, and you're pissing them off already.
Hell yeah, let's go.
Cloud, I will say, he's actually... I read that in the original 7, he's not a silent. He's
silent,
but he's not silent.
He is silent.
He's near silent, right? He does not have much of an attitude.
He barely does anything.
Right.
And people are like, "Oh my god, Cloud's so great." It's like he sucks.
Yeah. In 7R, I specifically saw that number 1, they made him still the cool guy.
Tactics is so good.
They still make Cloud the cool guy who is like
he's the cool guy who swings
the
the cool sword is why he's cool.
But they toned it down and made it clear that he is kind of putting up a bit of a facade for the people around him.
It's because he's Zack. Spoilers, by the way.
You think you're spoiling something, buddy.
In the original game.
No, I know. You think you're like, oh, Zack, interesting topic, boy. You have no idea.
That's kind of interesting. I mean, it's cool that they're gonna bring Zack in. I mean, that's fine. Wait, what the fuck did I
will say this, because 7R features flashbacks and things.
Ooh, Crystal Chronicle series? I agree with you. I think the Crystal Chronicle series is too much grinding.
7R features, as far as I can tell, I don't know 100% because I don't know the story of 7. It definitely has flashbacks, and I'm pretty sure it has premonitions.
Of Zack? Does it have flashbacks of Zack? Black hair?
I'm not going to answer that question because
so
simultaneously...
Yes. So yes.
It's definitely not just yes.
That's weird. That's a weird answer.
It is a weird answer. What I will say is he does have a voice actor. You don't hear it till the very end of the game, but he actually has already been cast. And his voice actor seems very good. But yeah, the answer to your question, does it have flashbacks to Zack? Yes.
You have a giant sword, and then you have another sword.
But also, yes, but also no. And
yes,
also,
but no, but yes?
You should... It's more... Actually, the answer is yes and... ... I'm saying no more.
Alright, so chat, type your favorite Final Fantasy game in the chat right now.
The one who isn't cast is Kate Sith.
Good. I hate Kate Sith.
As far as I can tell, Kate Sith, you see them, but they don't. You never hear a voice associated with them. But they do appear on screen.
Ooh, got a lot of Six fans.
I think twice. I mean, I've only played a couple Final Fantasy games. If I had to pick one right now, well, I mean, okay, World of Final Fantasy, but
that one's so good. That game's
if
so
I had
good.
to pick of the numbered ones I've played, which is
2.
2.
You played 2 of them.
I really liked 10. I do think 7R is a better game.
I mean, 7R it's more updated, right? It's more modern.
Yeah, but
that's fine.
I really liked 7 despite its age. I did not mind playing, 10.
Oh yeah,
I
10's
did not
great.
mind playing 10, even though I played it years and years after the fact. I thought it held up very well.
I think 10
not perfect, but I thought it held up very well.
10 holds up very, very well.
But 7R does a lot of the things that I specifically like narratively, and the way I love a good cinematography and cutscenes. It's something that Xenoblade is mostly very strong with. I think you would even agree with that after playing Xenoblade 2. Some of those cutscenes are shot like movies. And yes, some of them use the manga camera angle where it's just somebody's especially a lot of the fight scenes. And this is also true in Xenoblade 1. It's really, really good. And Final Fantasy VII are, for what problems it does have, facial animations are absolutely insane. I don't know if they did mocap for 7R.
Yes,
but
they did.
It had to be because the facial animations are just
they did.
absolutely incredible.
So
I'll say it: the facial animations in 7R are better even than Forbidden West. And Forbidden West is very good.
That's crazy because I just did the Enduring, and her mocap is insane.
I will say my main problem with Forbidden West is Xenoblade also has this. It's in a lot of games. It is clear that some cutscenes are fully sort of puppeteered, where they're definitely choosing every single motion for every single joint in the character model.
Yeah.
And then there are some cutscenes that are constructed using predetermined animations, where they're just sort of Lego bricking together the right things at the right time. And so that's why you'll have some games where every time the person talks, they talk like this with this same like weird hand motion or whatever.
Yeah, that's pretty common in a lot of games.
And Xenoblade does this too.
Draw your sword, idiot. Let's go. Let's do this.
By the way, these are the Dark Nuts, if you hadn't figured it out. These are the Dark Nuts in Twilight Princess, and they they fuck. They are not easy fights, and when the armor comes off, they can get kind of intense. I kind of like that you can't really block them because they do the kick move. I really like the kick. Anyways, Xenoblade 2 has this, and there are times where it definitely doesn't look great. Horizon Forbidden West, the thing that bugs me the most is there are these scenes in Forbidden West, and it's in Zero Dawn as well, but Forbidden West I really noticed it, where it's clear that, like, the face has different modes it can be in for Aloy.
I don't want to get too far away from Final Fantasy, by the way.
What I'm saying here is, Aloy has these scenes where she pretty clearly has, like, happy face, sad face, and she's able to talk simultaneously as having the different facial modes or whatever, right? Like, she can have the smiley face and then also talk, and it looks normal.
Oh, I absolutely agree. I agree.
But you can see very clearly when they switch from neutral to happy to sad, and you see her entire face just, like, yoink into a different configuration. That doesn't... It's so jarring in a game that's otherwise animated so well that when you see that, it kind of takes you out of it in a way that I don't like. 7R does not do that.
I did the thing where there was a story mission and there's a talk between two characters.
Dungeon item, by the way.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Ooh, interesting.
You don't know what this thing does. It's weird. This is by far the weird... You thought the spinner was weird? This is the weirdest Zelda item. In basically any game.
There's a talk between two characters. And the facial animations of the characters were amazing. But it was a story mission, so I mean, of course.
Yes.
Well,
It's the side mission.
It follows me? It does follow me.
Well, it's not quite following, it's mirroring, but yeah.
Ooh.
Well, not mirroring, because
this is the mirror shield!
It's not backwards. But yes. By the way, you should hit the... You have it on X, you should hit the X button. It's not obvious that you can do this.
Oh, this is amazing. Alright, I have to... I'm too far away. It's so, like, I can't...
if you hit B or whatever, it just cancels it, and so you can bring it back.
So, yeah, I want to...
This is a really cool item they use for a lot of really interesting puzzles in this game.
I want to, like, so Final Fantasy VI is, like, an incredible game. I mean, it would be nice if it got an update of some kind, but you have to save for the Pixel one. But, like, the localization of it is super, super good, and they make funny jokes. They make aren't you a little too short to be a stormtrooper joke in the game, which is amazing. Because it's like, aren't you a little too short to be a prison guard? And it's like, what? Did they just... What? It's just... So it's just a really good game. And the fighting mechanics, while turn-based, there's a character that literally does fighting game combos as his special moves. So you have to remember the combos to do his moves. It's very cool. So, like, it's like quarter circle... and a button is one of his attacks. Half circle and a button is one of his attacks. It's crazy cool. The Gambler, I can't remember his name. Ninja is cool. Like, there's a bunch of cool things about the game.
Gambler classes. You haven't got... I'm just... Mild spoilers. Bravely Default 2 has a Gambler class. It's an optional class. It's actually one of the first optional classes you get. So you might have it or have access to it
I think I have it.
Fuck that class, man. It is... Number one, it can be really good.
So, this just transported him? That's all it did?
The bell just transports him to the next section, yeah. You can't take the statue through doors. Like, regular dungeon doors.
Do I have to throw this over?
Nope. You can do something simple with it.
With the door?
Yeah, the gate.
The gate is stuck by that thing, right? Hold on. Am I stupid?
Maybe. It's not hard, but it's not obvious.
Alright.
It's not hard, but it's not obvious, yeah.
That doesn't make me feel better at all. Alright, come here, little guy. Oh, you're stuck. Why are you stuck? No.
Yeah, I think they're trying to get you to the answer here. This dungeon was very carefully put together. There you go.
Well, that's awesome. I
There you
can break
go.
doors. Oh, he can't climb, so I have to stop it from... Oh, okay, well, this will be fun.
Yeah.
Link
oh,
Smash!
Sorry. We were saying... we were talking about the Gambler class in Bravely Default 2. Just fuck that class. In particular, there's a fight later on that you have to, like... You have to do the fight against one, like an optional boss fight. That fight's an absolute nightmare. Because she can just one-shot your team if she gets lucky. So it's really hard to like, you can't really prep against it. Because the Gambler in Bravely Default 2, the main attack art spins wheels, and there's like one where you spin 2 wheels. You spin a number from 1 to 10, and you spin an element wheel, and you do X, basically, you do number amount of element attacks, right? So if you roll a 5 in fire, you do 5 fire attacks. And so if you could also destroy those little wheels, just by the way.
Whoops.
You can destroy a lot more than you think you can with the statue.
Oh my god. The statue is the most OP item in the game.
But no, so like the problem is she can be like, oh, I just rolled 10 non-elemental magic attacks, and she just like one-shots your team or whatever.
That sucks.
Which is just really frustrating when you're trying to like beat that optional fight, because you can't prepare for her at all. That's sort of the main problem, is you just like can't prepare for her.
I don't know, how do I raise this platform? Ah, the Beamos. Is the Beamos dead? Yeah, Beamos is dead. Move Beamos? Oh no, that's not a platform box, right?
You haven't figured out everything that...
Oh, I smashed the Beamos.
There you go. I told you can destroy more things than you think you can.
Smash! Whoops. Hulk smash!
But there's another thing you can do too. I'm very curious to see if you figure it out on your own. One Let's Play that I watched, they managed to do the whole dungeon without learning this one key mechanic.
Well, that makes me feel better about myself.
But you need it at the very end. You can't not do it at the end. And you can do it here.
It's too far away!
Yeah, I know it's too far away.
No! Oh, wait. Hold on a second.
Hold on a second. Wait. Does that mean you figured it out?
Oh my god.
I think you figured it out.
Did I figure it out? I don't know if I figured it out.
No, I don't think you figured it out based on... There's stream delay.
Aww.
I don't think you figured it out.
Oh, I wanted a Hulk smash.
But you're close. You're getting there. You're almost there.
I'm really confused. You have too much faith in me. Oh right, it doesn't mirror it doesn't mirror me, so it'll just go in the direction that I go.
Yes.
Alright, hold on.
Look at the design of the statue.
Yeah, I mean...
And how it's like working with the item that you're using.
Yeah. Okay.
Do you see anything else similar in the room?
The bell?
No.
Oh, you motherfucker! These little assholes!
They're statues.
They are statues. They got little heads.
And they got little holes in the middle where the light can go live.
That's very funny.
What I saw is a streamer managed to beat this entire dungeon
without using that.
Except for you literally, to get into the big key room, you have to do it. There's no other way around it. And so they got all the way through the dungeon not knowing about that mechanic. And then so they're like, I can't figure out this puzzle. I can't figure out how to get to the boss door. And they spent like an hour trying to do this.
Pretty funny.
And then it was literally.
I was just trying to Hulk smash my way through the problem.
Once you're done with this, I'm gonna send you his Let's Play of this game because it's really genuinely very funny. He's DB Geek. I don't know if you've heard of him at all. But he's very, very funny, and he recently did a Let's Play. It's just 2 episodes on YouTube. He did Portal for the first time. His whole thing is basically he always played games, but he was like a Call of Duty shooter type gamer, maybe some JRPGs and some RPGs, but like all of the Nintendo stuff, never played. All of the Zeldas, he never played Xenoblade, never played Zelda, hasn't played. So a lot of his...
He can't come down.
Yeah, there's lips. So a lot of his content By the way, save those little guys. Use the statue because it's very fun.
That's what I'm gonna do.
But anyway, so a lot of his are like he's able to do a lot of these like blind let's plays of really popular.
Oh, I bet you I need the third one.
Of really popular games, and I say older games, but like really popular games that he's just never had a chance to play. And he's also the thing that helps with it is he has a really good like mod team who is able to like make sure he guide him through the game to make sure that he's reasonably
also
doing stuff at a good. It's kind of in the way that every now and then if you're getting a little stuck or if you're going off in the wrong direction, or I could say, hey, now is a good time to go do all those mini games. He has a good team of mods that are helping him with a lot of those games. A lot of that stuff.
Corbin, how the hell can you say Titus is annoying and you played Vaughn? How do you... I don't understand the hype around Final Fantasy XII at all. I don't get it. I don't understand why that game is
12
good.
is one of the ones I know literally nothing about.
It's a completely different battle system as well. It's a real-time action system, so it kind of plays like an MMO. In a sense.
Oh, I see.
But there's a gambit system where you can just set up the game to play the game itself. You don't even have to do anything. Like it's weird.
Now that you have the statue, by the way, it is possible to get to. There's a spinner track around here. If you look up above.
Oh, there is.
I believe you're supposed to need the statue to do it. I can't remember exactly how you get there. But I just wanted to let you know.
Do I need a statue to do it?
I think what you do is... I think you have to...
Balthier is the leading man. Balthier is cool.
I think you need to have... You have to, like, get up to that thing in the middle, and I think you have to be on an elevated scale to do it. So if you unbalance the scales so that you can stand up higher or something like that.
And everybody likes Bunny Girl, right? Everybody likes Bunny Girl in Final Fantasy XII. I need more Bunny Girl in my life. Bunny Girl Senpai. I don't know. I don't understand the hype around Final Fantasy XII. I tried to play Zodiac Age, and then like it just like I could not get into it. So I just don't understand. Like, the story's fine, I guess. You're space pirates, and you do space pirate stuff. I mean, the settings... I say the settings okay, and I actually don't think I like it that much. Because, like... It's mostly desert for a while, and then you get in this marshland area, and then it's like, all right.
What are some of your favorite video game environment aesthetics?
That's a really good question.
So now that you have to scale up, you have to claw shot, you do some stuff, but you can get to that spinner track. Yeah, that's how you do it.
This is a heart piece, isn't it?
I think it's a heart piece, but like, it's a fun little puzzle.
It's also a Poe, though, to be fair.
Yes, which we're almost to 20, and like I said, I'm not going to make you get all 60 of them.
To be fair to Corbin, though, he says he's only played like 2 different Final Fantasy games, so 12 and 13 being their choices aren't that bad of it. I mean, not a bad little... Oh, that's 20 right there.
Oh, cool. Yeah, next time, when you're done with this dungeon, we have a lot to do, just in general. But yeah, that door right there is an extra door to go to, I think, this is probably a stamp.
Yeah, it's a stamp.
Yeah, and then that felt like a chest that was added, because all the stamps had to be added to the game, right? But yeah.
Oh, little spiny guys, huh? I mean, I like the Final Fantasy games, but if they're not your jam, like if you don't want to play turn-based games, which some people don't like them, and that's fine. Then they're not your jam. But like the stories are so good in a lot of them, and like as I was shitting on Final Fantasy VIII, I don't like Final Fantasy VIII because of its story. It's so convoluted and weird.
Oh, this is the fucking big key. You needed to go in here.
Yeah.
Later on, there's an optional spinner.
Like the weird time travel with Cloud of Darkness and all that. It's just like, man, I don't like it. But the battle system was cool because, like, with Squall, because he has the gun blade. If you hit R1, I believe, when he attacked with his gun, you would actually do more damage. It's like you were shooting the gun with the trigger. So that was a cool, like, thing that they added into the game. Yeah, I mean, okay, yeah, that's true. 13's story is bizarre, to be completely honest with you. It
definitely
doesn't make sense.
I feel like they go full Final Fantasy.
Oh yeah. I'm able to see. I'm marked. What does that even mean? I'm gonna die. Okay.
By the way, this is the room that he did without the Dominion. There's two of the little guys on the ground, and then he claw-shotted the pieces of. Oh, nice shot. He claw-shotted the armor from the guys below, and used those for the switch or something.
Oh, that's
like
really funny.
Yeah, he did. There are a couple other ones too where he like used a pot where he was definitely not supposed to use a pot and stuff like that. But yes.
Oh, are you supposed to claw shot from one below? Oh,
no, I think you just have to stand on the last one.
But it'll close the door if I don't.
Oh, maybe. Okay, then maybe that's what he did.
Yeah, you have to use one of these.
Either way, Final Fantasy 13 feels like they let the creative team just kind of do whatever they want unchecked.
Oh, absolutely.
Whereas some of the other games probably had some sort of moderating force saying, hey, maybe tone it down a little bit.
I like 13-2 a lot. I think 13-2 is the better game of the two of them, but it's like Pokemon the Final Fantasy game. Because you play the two characters, and then you get to catch some of the special monsters, and you use them as your third party member, and you get to build them as a special way, and so like it's kind of neat. But that's it. Oh no, he reset. Son of a bitch. The whole room reset.
Oh, that's annoying. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Well, that makes a good time for me to go refill my beverage, so BRB.
I do think 16 will be really cool. The aesthetic of 16 looks neat. Now, my problem with 16 is if they do 15's battle system, because 15's battle system is big ass. I do not like 15. I did not like the story. I did not like the battle. I thought the battle system was clunky. And I think it was a game that appealed way too much to the West to get people into Final Fantasy again. And I dislike that about it a lot. I don't want to see franchises appeal to the West because they need to make they have to have the West sell. So it's like, cool, I guess. This is fucking fine. It's really frustrating. And I'm probably a little bit in the minority there, where I know a lot of people really, really liked Final Fantasy 15, but I didn't. I thought the warping was just really bizarre. I didn't think the story was all that good. I think that It is West versus East, because the East still really, really like turn-based style. Like, look at Dragon Quest. Dragon Quest is a great selling game. Dragon Quest XI was an insanely high-selling game in the East, and it actually did pretty well over here too. But like, they didn't have to change Dragon Quest for it to sell well. It's just a really good game. And so Final Fantasy, after 13 happened, the mainline game is 15. They're like, well, 13 has a bad rap, so let's try to make a game that the freaking West will want to enjoy. And it's like, why though?
Okay, I'm back. Unfortunately, you did not answer my question about favorite video game.
Oh, sorry.
Environment aesthetics.
I got on a tangent about.
Oh, you're fine. You were vamping.
Final Fantasy games and stuff.
I will say broadly, Final Fantasy has constructed what I guess I would call the Magitech aesthetic. That's probably what they would call it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Magitech is very cool.
The fantasy steampunk vibe.
Yeah, it's simultaneously magic exists, but also technology exists, and they're side by side. I think it's a very cool aesthetic. Now, I will say there's a bit of a missed opportunity for them to explain what magic is and how it works. But number one, it's inconsistent between their games, which is fine. And also number two, I frankly don't know if they can come up with a satisfying answer that actually explains any amount of world building that they've done.
Oh, no,
I don't know if such an explanation could exist.
All right, let's go Smash.
Hulk. So
Smash.
Oh, yeah, do it.
Hulk. Smash.
But I guess more broadly, when you think of things like water levels, desert levels, forest levels, poison areas, like what are some, and you don't have to, you can like things mechanically and not aesthetically, you can like things aesthetically and not mechanically. So what are some of your thoughts? I, for one, think desert areas get a bad rap. I think desert areas are cool.
I think the desert area in Forbidden West is really good.
Yes, I agree.
I think it looks really nice because it has Las Vegas in it basically, and so it spoilers. Sorry.
One I will say. Well, go ahead.
What's the word I'm looking for? It's just not just sand. It has this
Right.
apocalyptic building in it. It has this apocalyptic scenery in it, and then
adds
it's
some
it looks
flair,
really good.
Because deserts can be tough. In Dragon Age Inquisition, that game is broken up into regions that are distinct and that you travel to, they're not interconnected. You can't walk from one to the other. You have to use a map to select the area. And there's a desert area that a lot of people don't like, and I think it's mostly fair that they don't like it. It is a very large, very mostly empty desert. So I get it. But I actually think it's really nice because it is a desert would be empty. So from the sort of realism element of it, it would be like that. And they did add interesting lore to that area, specifically in the Dragon Age universe. Dwarves are classic dwarves. They live underground in caves, and they never see the sun. That's actually, there's a whole thing about how they're very hierarchical and a caste system, and you can lose your caste if you see the sun, and so they avoid being able to see the sky. That's a whole thing. It is weird, but it's interesting to me, at least. But they have this whole thing where some dwarves have emigrated to the surface because they don't give a shit, right? They're like the dwarves are too backwards and stuck in their ways. Fuck the rest of the dwarves. I'm gonna go live on the surface because it's better there. And the whole thing is in this desert area. They have this idea that dwarves are stone workers. They're masons. They live underground. Blah blah blah. And you discover these ruins throughout this very large, expansive, sandy desert. In these rock outcroppings where there's a group of dwarves that abandoned their civilization and came to the surface and built stuff, and it was previously unknown. So they added, in the same way that Zero Dawn added it aesthetically, visually, by adding these elements out in the world, they added these little lore bits throughout the desert. And also Inquisition has a mount system, so it's actually not that, and a fast travel, so it's easy to get around if you really want to. But yeah, I think desert areas get a bad rap often for either being boring or for being empty, like you said.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of other games that I've played recently that have just amazing aesthetics that I absolutely just love.
I will say I think water levels look good and often thematically fit, but mechanically they are typically frustrating.
Yeah, they are.
Not always, but typically.
Water mechanics are just never fun to do, just because water movement is never super good.
It always slows you down. That's kind of the thing it has to do.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, I'm trying to think of
It often adds a degree of freedom that makes movement hard, because when you're in water, you typically, unless you're in a 2D game, I actually think 2D games are the best with water, because while they slow you down, your movement is mostly still the same.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas in a 3D game, for example, a Zelda game, you can move up and down, but Link doesn't jump. He can only like climb.
Right.
Whereas when you go underwater, you suddenly have 3D movement, and
It's a little different, isn't it?
That shift, I think, makes it weird, and there's an element to that that somehow just doesn't work super well.
Yeah,
and I don't know really how to elaborate on that more. But there's something about that transition. Well, Monster Hunter was the biggest problem. The one where they added the underwater fighting. I hated it.
I hated that
it was
game.
So hard to do anything useful in water because your movement and how you were moving in combat suddenly had to add a dimension, and that was really difficult.
That game has great scenery.
Oh, I agree. I like Monster Hunter's like pure jungle, no there's no post-apocalyptic. It's just wilderness, which is kind of neat.
The Volcano
it's a change
fight
of pace
with all the ice and stuff is a crazy cool fight. Just
how
pretty it looks, how Volcano blends into everything. So in terms of an ice level, that's probably one of my favorites.
Here's a good aesthetic. Crystals and gems. So crystal caverns and that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Crystal caves show up in a few different series. Like I said, Hollow Knight has a crystal area that's very, very cool. It's one of the earlier areas. One of my aesthetically in the new Kirby game, one of my favorite power-ups is he has the needle one where he rolls as a big ball of needles, and the maximum upgrade is all the needles are these rainbow crystals that stick out of him, and you leave a trail of glowing, damaging crystals behind you.
That's kind of cool.
So I really like how that one looks.
One of my other more favorite, there's like a coastal.
Ooh, yeah, beaches. Beaches are fun.
There's a coastal town in Dragon Quest XI, and it's gorgeous.
Oh,
just because it's the the stylized anime-esque very watercolor bright background. But it has really good contrast with how the villa is built and then how the water shines and everything, so they can really exaggerate a lot of things because of how stylized it is.
I will say that's probably my before you don't put it in the bell. There's a Poe in here.
There's a Poe over here.
There is. I will say beaches are probably one of the ones that I think a lot of people like. To me, they're overrated. They're not bad. It's just a personal taste. Beaches are fine. I like the vibe fine, but to me they don't stand out. Whereas for a lot of people they stand out. So that's the one.
Usually because of what you can do with how you can make the scenery around.
Yes. I will say Mario Odyssey did Seaside Kingdom, which was their beach area. I thought it was really, really good. Because Mario Odyssey is all about building the stuff for the wedding. The ocean in Seaside is sparkling water, so it's fizzing all the time, which was just a fun little twist on the beach.
And even with Final Fantasy X being my favorite game, there's not a single area that stands out to me as being vibrantly gorgeous. Just the game all around is solid.
Because Macalania Woods.
Macalania is gorgeous, and that's about it. Other than that, everything is just kind of this is an island. Yeah, this is the plains. Yeah, this is the desert.
Yeah, the plains are very bland. A plains region can be fun. Xenoblade, or not Xenoblade. Final Fantasy X, which is an X. I'm crazy. The plains are the Silent Lands are pretty.
Oh, the Calm Lands.
The Calm Lands.
Yeah, the Calm Lands suck.
Yeah.
They just suck.
Yeah. The Xenoblade X, because it's an alien world, everything's bioluminescent, which is really fun. I do really like that.
This guy to slam dunk these idiots into next week.
Xenoblade X has a bioluminescent forest with bioluminescent trees and stuff, which is very cool. Technically, Xenoblade 1 has that too. Xenoblade X also has... Xenoblade X also has a sort of desert filled with ancient wreckage, but it's alien spaceships and stuff, which is really cool.
Yeah, Macalania is really pretty, and then Like the Xanakin ruins are kind of neat.
Oh, I mean, I like the pontoon town.
Oh, Kilika.
Kilika, thank you. Kilika's cool.
Kilika's cool. It gets wiped out.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but it's cool.
It is cool. But I mean, again, it's like other games do it better just because the game was released so long ago. And that's the thing is like, it's hard to say X is really, really good because, 3 or 5 years later, the technology changes. And so like that obviously just looks better. So that's really hard.
Kilika's cool, but Pacific Log Town did it better.
That's funny. Oh man.
I did really like Pacific Log.
To be fair, I do too.
I really like Pacific Log Town. It's probably my favorite town in Emerald, even though it is completely useless. It's just like a layaway.
Yeah, it's nothing. But
it's nothing at all. But I do really like it.
I like it too. I think that's funny. I actually really enjoy that town.
Oh, by the way, this is that pot you just smashed. This is the thing I saw it was the Let's Play I watched, where that previous room you have to do the puzzle where you place the pot on the switch and then shoot it with an arrow. If you leave that room, the first thing you see is pots when you walk out the door, which I think is a really great way of, if you're stuck on that puzzle and you leave the room, you will have the idea of using the pots.
All of this to backtrack to put that stupid guy back in his stupid spot.
It is. I understand why some people find this dungeon frustrating because it is backtracking, but I like the idea that on your way back through, it is a completely different experience.
Yeah, that's fine.
So I really like that.
No, I like that dungeon. I just think that's.
I think that's
silly.
A lot of people don't like this dungeon for that reason because it's a backtracking dungeon. I still think it's really cool.
No, the backtracking was easy.
I get it. You did this so much faster than I thought you would. You actually did not seem to have. You tried to shoot through that hole.
Yeah, I did. I tried to kill it, but it didn't work.
Yeah, a lot of people, I think, don't like this dungeon because of that. I think it's cool, but yeah.
No, I really enjoy it. I think this dungeon is actually pretty sweet. It's a cool little puzzle.
Other video game environment aesthetics.
And that's the thing. It's hard for me to say which is the best because
best is entirely subjective.
or which ones I really really enjoy because can I move him?
By the way, this is the part where you have to use the Dominion Rod because you can't do the switches otherwise.
I have to throw him over and then move him on there, don't I? Mm-hmm. And then, or I move him away afterwards.
Poison Swamps is one of the funny ones. That was the one that Elden Ring, or it was the Miyazaki guy who did some of the area design. I think it was Hayao Miyazaki, but it may have been a different Miyazaki. But he specifically said he couldn't stop himself from making Poison Swamps because they were his favorite.
I think Poison Swamps are boring.
I think it depends on how you do the poison. Mostly, yes.
I think in terms of the gameplay aspect, they're just there to annoy the player.
Because for example, Mario usually does insta kill poison, which I don't like. I
don't need that fairy.
You don't need the fairy.
I have too much health.
We need to get you another bottle soon.
Let's do this boss.
All right, dude. We'll table the conversation because this is a fun boss. What do you think the boss is going to be?
A statue?
What has this dungeon been full of?
Statues and time. Yeah, look, it's a big statue guy, and another big statue guy, and another big statue guy. Wait, I'm going to use those statue guys to fight this thing. Let's go.
Yes, you are. And what have
you God! Oh! Take it back! Take it back! I don't want to play this anymore!
It's spiders the whole time.
Oh, God!
It's a Goma version. It's a Goma fight.
I don't want this. Alright, let's go, big guy. Wait. Let's go, big guy. Oh, okay. You can't move. You just do stuff. I gotta shoot your eyeball, don't I?
Laser spider! Yeah. This one is a little weird because it does involve you using... The bow is critical and it's a non-dungeon item.
Get that ass out of here! Alright, this boss is pretty cool.
Armagoma. I will say we have a ways to go. It's probably 2 or 3 episodes before we, probably 3 before we get there.
Oh no, he's gonna spit something out of his butt.
Then the next boss is probably gonna be your favorite. It's very cool.
Die, fool! Die, fool! Thank you. All right, now where's the big idiot? I don't know if I can shoot it in time. Nope, can't shoot it in time. It's fine. It's fine. Get out of here. This is a very neat boss fight. Whoever comes up with their boss fights does a good job. Hey, Zelda boss fight guy, nice job.
I would argue also Twilight Princess, in particular, has some of the best. They are mechanically interesting mostly. The bosses are as much puzzles as they are anything else, basically. I don't know how best to phrase that.
That's okay. We forgive you. Where are you? You're behind me. Quick! Smash! Phase 2? Phase 2? No, it actually exploded. And he put his sword away. And it's an eyeball! I was like, all the bosses have had a phase 2. There's no way. It's disgusting. Is it running away from me? Oh my god. The music is hilarious. Do 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 do. That was pretty good. That's pretty good.
I love it. None of the other bosses do anything like that. It's just so silly and fun.
Fucking turns into a little spider. It's like, run. Get out of here. One left.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that monster was fine. To be honest. That monster was easy. We are collecting Twilight Mirror shards right now.
Yep. The first half of the game we collected fragments of shadow, which Midna has still not told us what they were, but then they were stolen. And then now we are collecting shards of the Mirror of Twilight because the fragments were stolen.
All right.
And we have one more mirror shard left, and then it's endgame.
Yep.
But the gap between this temple and the next temple is quite long. And you will see why here in a moment. Unsurprisingly,
so far,
have to use this item to get to the next dungeon. That's not crazy, right?
So far, this is my favorite Zelda game.
I said it. I honestly said it probably.
This game is awesome. I'm not gonna lie. This game is very good.
Music.
I like that they kept the old... It just definitely feels like I'm walking into Ocarina of Time here.
Yeah.
It's good stuff. Makes me want to play another randomizer.
Ocarina randomizer. There is a Twilight Princess randomizer. It's very weird because this game definitely has lots of world states. Oh, by the way, don't leave here without doing... Yeah. You got it. You got it. One of the bugs is, like, only here in the past.
Oh, what's this? Oh, that's a heart piece.
Yeah, one of these little rooms on the side has a bug in it that you can only get here. I think it's a snail.
There's a bug right there.
Oh, did you already get it, maybe? I mean, I don't know if you got it, but... Yes.
Gotcha!
Female snail? That's what I thought, yeah.
Then we gotta go over here.
Yes, there is a Twilight Princess randomizer. It is very strange because it has basically all of the cutscenes have all of their flags set as if they've already been done. Oh, that's what was back here. Is a Poe. Okay. So yeah, the gameplay is very, very weird in the randomizer. It's neat, and it actually technically the 1.0. I don't even know if it's been released yet because it was still pretty buggy.
Yeah, let's go. We do have to teleport back as a dog, don't we?
So leave here, and then you're gonna see some stuff happen, and then
oh no, the world is gonna be taken over by the darkness.
And then we can do some side stuff.
I didn't like Wind Waker, but I played original Wind Waker and not new HD Wind Waker.
HD would be worth playing sometime because number one, you've already experienced some of it. Hey, Uku.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
By the way, Uku plays a major role in the next dungeon.
Okay. We gotta restore the magic to the Dominion Rod. Should be easy, right?
Yes.
Easy. So, can I Dominion Rod those guys?
No, it does not work right now.
Oh. Oh, it's literally out of magic now.
It's literally, you brought it to the future, time has passed, it doesn't work right now. So, that is what the next section of the game, the entire, before you get to the next temple, you have to spend a while restoring the magic to the Dominion Rod. That's what this whole next section's about. Now, it contains a lot of really fun stuff, but that's what we're doing. Next episode, we're like definitely not getting into the dungeon because we still have a lot to do. But I will pull up my little note sheet so we can streamline a little bit of this.
Yeah, we're fine. We're vibing.
Oh, I know. So one thing you can do right now is you can get a little head start on the next bit of story by going back to Telma's Bar.
We also need to go back to Castletown anyway.
Yes. Let's see here. What can we do? Whoopsies.
Fine.
Minimized all my windows here.
What else? What other?
We were still talking about video game environment aesthetics.
Yeah, and I'm trying to think what else. Like recently that I've played that I really, really enjoyed.
Hollow Knight, though, I will say, because a lot of people have played Hollow Knight, I believe my favorite location, because they're all very visually different, is going to be the Hive.
Oh, it forces me to go back into a human when he comes around. Yes,
it does. The Hive is probably my favorite, and that's I think probably not a common one, but I really, really like. It's very colorful, where Hollow Knight is a lot of black and white and gray, and there's a bright green area or two. Crystal Caverns is all pink, but the Hive is very yellowy and orange and gold, and I really like the enemies. I really like the whole thing. It's kind of an optional area. But and as far as Wind Waker HD, yeah, you really should play it at some point, because I think they do a good job of streamlining a lot of the most annoying stuff. Yes, Ilya's memory is also a major part of the next bit.
Okay.
Let's see here.
We're gonna do some of this stuff.
Did you do the snowboarding?
Yeah, we did.
You beat both races?
Yes,
okay.
I did.
I'm gonna mark that off. We haven't done this, but at some point, if you want to go back to Ordon, you can do the goat herding again for a heart piece.
Oh, God, that sounds...
Do not, if you don't want to, don't bother, but, like, it is a heart piece if you want to do it.
This sounds miserable.
Oh, we do need to we have one more golden wolf on our map that we still haven't gotten.
We can't get it yet.
We still can't? Oh,
we need double hook shot.
That's what we think. All right, that's right. Oh, yeah, you need to do this.
Yep.
This is, I think, your third bottle, which is what I was going to have you do at some point. You can go give bugs to
we can also
Agatha
give bugs.
That's actually, I will say, I'm actually surprised here. I don't have a ton else left for you to do. There's a few cool like heart piece caves, but eh. Yes.
Great Fairy's Tears.
Yes, they are like grandma's soup.
Oh damn, nice.
Oh, if you haven't figured it out yet by this point, I can say this now, I think, because it's not really a spoiler. This game does not have magic.
Yeah, we said that already. And there's a...
Yeah.
What is this?
And
this is cool. It just lets me know that there's... Okay, so now it's like, hey, this is going to be easier for you to get these now.
Yes.
That's pretty nice.
It tells you how many's left in each given area, including dungeons and stuff. If you look at your map, it'll tell you how many left you have to do, I think. And maybe it does glow if you're nearby or something like that.
I can't transform even though he's not, like, actually a person. It's weird.
Yeah, I actually am surprised. There's only really one more mini game, and you need the claw shot situation to do it.
Yep.
And bugs to Agatha, which will get you money. And
oh, I have to leave the town to transform.
There are a couple back alleys you can find. Go back into the Giovanni corner and work up into a corner.
No, it just said I couldn't.
I think maybe the cats count as seeing you.
No, it was like the people are up in an uproar, so you can't change right now.
I thought you could change. So I think I've changed in that back alley by the doctor's office before, or something.
I could change during the nighttime, but not during the day.
Oh yeah, maybe in the nighttime with less people around, you can find spots where you can pull it off.
There we go. All right. Go give some buggy bugs.
Yeah, and we still can't. Unfortunately, you still can't do the Pit of Trials because you need the last item to be able to finish it. So that'll be after the next dungeon. We can do the Pit of Trials. It's really, really fun. It is the only way for you to see a great fairy.
What modern games have I played recently? God. Nothing like really stands out when it comes
Horizon Zero Dawn, but it's also mostly the same aesthetic. Overgrown post-apocalyptic, except the desert area, which is desert post-apocalyptic.
The beach area is pretty cool too.
Yeah, I really haven't talked to you
San
at
Francisco
length.
is pretty neat.
I haven't really talked to you at length since you got to San Francisco. And I'm curious about what your thoughts were. What do you think about Alva?
I didn't like her at first, but I like her better now.
Okay. Let's see. By the way, if you didn't notice, as you bring the bugs here, they appear throughout the room.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Money.
You only had 2 to give. Let's see.
Yeah, I was just trying to think of the games that I've played recently, because like I played Tales of Arise. There's nothing really like the game is pretty, but nothing like really jumps out at me like, oh, this is my favorite area. I played Monster Hunter Stories 2. I played Mass Effect 1 and 2.
I mean, Mass Effect, at least you could think of the different planets. There's like lava planets, and there's...
It's still not like...
Vermeer is like a beach planet in 1. 2 has... There's like an ice world. There is Future City with Ilium. There's various barren planetscapes, right? Just like planet, no atmosphere, bright star above you or whatever. That one planet, there's one in Mass Effect 1 that has like a binary star or binary system where there's a red star and a blue star, and that planet is probably I freaking love that one.
I'm trying to think what else I've played. Chat, what else have I played? What other games have I played? I had a game list going. What else have I played?
The new Kirby has some fun areas. I actually will say Kirby the Second World was a water world, and so I wasn't super stoked about it, but I actually ended up really liking it. Mostly because they never make you go underwater. So it's like half beach world, except instead of beach, it's industrial ruins. So it's like oil rigs and stuff in the water.
I just realized there's a bunch of these sound clips that I have not got around to adding into the sound list.
Oh, that you just had in the list forever?
Yeah, the suggestions a bunch of people want to do like a bunch of sound clips. I haven't added those. Don't tell Thundeer or Kitty. They'll never know. They're never here.
Funny. Let's see. Well, honestly, I think we might just go ahead and advance story. I thought we had more to do. We have a lot of story stuff to do. I thought we would have more side stuff, but we should probably just go ahead and do...
Hang and vibe with Chad, right?
Well, I mean, yeah, but we're like... The next little bit is kind of a collection sequence. We're gonna be just exploring the world.
We gotta go talk to them too.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Our friend Shad happens to be there right now. Basically, Shad is the next person to talk to, and also Ilya. They're both in Kakariko.
Easy peasy. Go
That's the
Kakariko. Kakariko.
Skyrim has a couple cool areas.
I don't think Skyrim has that many like.
Wow, what's your favorite city in Skyrim?
Whiterun, the only one that I ever go to.
Mine was Markarth. I'm the dwarven aesthetic. I do really like.
You expect me to remember a game I played 15 years ago, the name of a city? You're like, yeah, I remember Whiterun.
Markarth is the one where it's like dwarven ruins, Dwemer ruins. In the cliffs of like a ravine, which is really cool.
Here's a very big difference between me and you. When I'm done with a game, unless it was like my absolute all-time favorite game, I will just purge the information out of my brain to make room for more gaming information.
I do not know how to purge.
Donkey Kong Country 2. Yeah, Donkey Kong Country 2 did a very cool thing with when it, difficulty-wise, and then the co-op mode, and then some of the level design was very, very cool. Game is hard as hell. Game is still hard. I don't care what people say. Game is still difficult. It's not like... Oh, there's another... Wait, there's another... There's 2 wolves we can get, and one of them we can get to.
I was like,
you were not crazy.
I'm pretty sure we could do one of these.
There's one wolf we can get to, you're right. The other one we can't get to yet.
Yes. Okay. I thought there... the thing is, there are 2 on my list that we haven't done. There's one in...
There's one in the graveyard, and there's one in the river.
That should have a check mark by it. We did the one in Snow Peak. That's the one I thought. I still had that as unchecked because we hadn't got the wolf.
I have all the items except for 2. Okay. And
one of them. So one of them was a bottle.
One more bottle, and then 2 new items.
What I will tell you this: the claw shot goes into the other slot, so I don't remember what the other 2 things are.
The claw shot goes into this slot.
Yes.
So it takes up this. Okay. So
your item becomes the double claw shots.
Okay, so there's 2 more items.
So what? The circle is something different.
It's probably for letters and stuff. This is for story. I don't know.
Let me see here. Oh, yes.
There's another item that we don't know.
Okay, hold on. I think the circle might be Uku when you're in a dungeon.
Oh yeah, okay, that makes sense. And then the other one is for story, like the story handout things.
There is an item that you get before the next dungeon.
Oh, okay, that sounds good.
It's not
very cool. Very cool.
It's not it's not like a dungeon item with a ton of stuff associated with it, but I do believe it takes up a slot in your screen.
Okay. Yeah, I still really don't know like favorite aesthetic like things. I really like the areas that have like most of the time I'm drawn to the very contrast of vibrant colors.
I like blue plus green. I do really like blue plus green.
Blue plus green is great. I like things that have like pinks in there too. If you have the blue plus green and you have pinks, that really is very, very pretty. Pinks and orange are really good with that.
I totally forgot. In the original Twilight Princess, you brought up the menu by like pressing a button on the Wiimote nunchuck and then selecting from a radial menu. So all your items were in a radial menu instead of a grid, which is much better.
Oh shit! How do I do the helm splitter again?
The helm splitter is shield bash and then jump attack.
That's right. Thank God.
Yes. Okay. Confirmed. The circle is Uku when you're in a dungeon, which you did not use in the last dungeon. You have to attack again.
Yeah, I still have to attack him.
But yes, the helm splitter is really good against those lizard guys. By the way, it does not work on Dark Nuts.
The mortal draw.
This move blows. You will never use it ever.
Thank God.
It is cool. You will never use it. So learn it, and you have to remember because you have to do it again to get the next move from him.
It deals death. So I have to put my sword away and then hit him with it?
Basically, you put your sword away. I don't believe you target. And if your sword is away, I believe you have to not target.
Yep.
And it'll say draw. For the record, that move
is bad.
Well, it one-shots almost every enemy in the game, including some bosses, technically. Like, if you could do it against them, it would one-shot bosses, too.
What?
Exactly. The reason it's called the Mortal Draw is that it one-shots. Literally any regular enemy that you encounter, it will kill immediately. But you have to.
I don't know if I ever picked up this little guy.
The bug in here? I don't know. I haven't.
I did. Never mind.
I haven't been too picky about that with you.
Boing.
That said, they do appear at specific locations, so we can always find. Yeah. Like, we can open up the list at any point and just go track them down real fast.
Back to the whole I purge thing though. Like, you remember very specific details of games. I do not. I do not remember that many details. I'll remember certain things. With trivia, I remember some things, obviously, but I don't remember nearly as much as sometimes oh yeah, this person. I'm like, who is that? Oh, the one who does this. Oh, okay, yeah, they did this action. I don't know their fucking name.
It's the difference between being able to recall the memory versus being able to answer it like multiple choice.
Mm-hmm.
If you were told it, you're like, yes, I remember that. But if you had to recall it on your own, you probably would struggle.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Yeah, and Darbus is here. Like, the Gorons are here for some reason.
Alright, now I have to do some back and forth. But luckily, we have warping, so it makes this way easier.
Go into the basement, too, real fast, and make sure you talk to Shad.
Okay.
I don't think you have to now, but you may as well.
I gotta get the statue eventually, though.
Yeah.
Yep, that right there.
Yep. I like Shad. I think he's fun.
Observe the statue. It's the same as one in manuscripts. There's a bunch of these in Hyrule? Well, that's really unfortunate.
I just like that they have a group of warriors, but then also a nerd dedicated to their cause. And he's just as important.
He does his job.
He does his job.
Did the Mortal Draw make it to speedrunning strats? I don't think so. I mean, speedrunning strats are mostly just glitching the game.
Well, speedrunning, yeah, you don't collect the statues in the speedrun. But I will say this speedrun does have an interesting thing. A couple Zelda games have this, namely Skyward Sword and Twilight Princess. Both have this glitch where, technically, the main menu is like a save file of the game, where it has a loadout. It's rendered in-engine, right? It's not pre-rendered. And so, in a sense, it is a loadout with specific items equipped. And there is a way to gain control of Link on the title screen. And then you can save while on the title screen. And it will apply the items that you have to your save file, but it won't apply like your location due to how memory is stored in various just shenanigans of doing this glitch to begin with. So the speedrun for Skyward Sword starts off with you clipping out of bounds, voiding out, and you void out in a specific way where you load a file or save a file the moment you void out, and then it gives you control of Link during the title screen. And then you void out again to get rid of the title screen menu, the big logo and the press A to start. You void out on the title screen, and then you save over your previous file, and then you load that file. And when you load that file, you will go back to, in this case, Ordon Village, where you start the game. But you will already have the green tunic and you will already have the Master Sword and the Hylian Shield. And that allows you to run through a ton of the game because you're doing tons of extra damage to stuff. And yeah, stuff like that. And I think you skip the section. I think you skip the section where you have to get a sword and shield for Midna at some point. You do a bunch of weird stuff, but that's the main thing you do early on. It's called Back in Time. Skyward Sword has the same thing, where Skyward Sword, the menu is just like this aerial view of Skyloft, but you can get control of Link on that, go to a save statue, activate multiple menus at the same time, and then load. You could basically load in your loadout, and you can set flags, because how Skyward Sword works is there's like a list of, imagine a binary list of a bunch of ones and zeros in a row that are like, in this area, there are 12 cutscenes. So we have 12 zeros and ones to whether or not each cutscene has happened. And so you can set the flags of Skyloft, and then you can move those flags into a different region. And so you can basically overwrite a bunch of cutscenes by doing stuff in Skyloft in the title screen, you can push a lot of those ones and zeros where they're not supposed to be and push them into a different regions set of ones and zeros. And then so there's a bunch of like cutscenes you don't have to do, and like, you know, the world. One of the things might have been you pushed some block that allows you to climb up a ledge. But like that's a thing that once you do it once, it stays permanently. And so you can set those flags and make it so that you can sequence break basically every area.
Town Doctor, huh?
The biggest hunt, which probably won't ever happen in Skyward Sword, is there's a long section of the Skyward Sword speedrun that is just dedicated to finding one specific item so that you can do one specific thing. And if they could set a flag, a specific flag, using Back in Time, you would not need to get this item, and it would cut like 15 or 20 minutes out of the speedrun, because you have to advance the plot a bunch to get there. And if they could figure out a way to set it, but nobody has, and likely they won't, because
where the heck
right
is
now,
the Town Doctor located?
He's in the east section. He's right by the east gate.
Okay. Must be this right here.
Yes.
The only place we haven't visited in this whole area.
Technically speaking, that Hylian, all the Hylian you see written on signs around the world, that actually is a one-for-one English alphabet substitute. And so that sign says like doctor or medic or hospital or something like that. It's just a fun fact for you.
What a piece of trash this doctor is.
Oh, he's a fuck. He is a fuck. But yeah, the Twilight Princess speedrun, it's a couple of hours. Wind Waker is also a couple of hours, I think, for any percent. Ocarina and Majora are the ones that are now like under half an hour, but they're also very boring. Wind Waker has also moved to doing it all dungeons. That has kind of taken over as the most popular category, because there are a couple of tricks involved in doing the any percent, which are just really not fun to watch and also really not fun to do. And so the other categories have started to get more popular. What are you trying to do now? I haven't been reading.
I gotta
this
find
stuff.
the medicine stink. I thought I'd be in here.
It is in that building. This is another one that Let's Play I told you about struggled.
Where's the medicine stink?
Look around. You'll see it if you look closely, but you just have to look closely at your environment.
I mean, there's this over here.
You'll notice something that stands out just a little bit.
I mean, I can hear something sparkling.
I think that's just the sound effect of being in sense mode.
Maybe.
Yeah, that's...
There's a wooden crate right here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. There we go.
Yes. Again, I know you don't watch a ton of Let's Plays, but you will have to watch this one I send you because it is a hoot. It is a downright hoot.
Are people just silly and don't know how to video game?
It's a little bit of that, and he's just very good at emoting when he's like successful or not successful. And also, I don't usually... He's Irish, and his accent is very funny, and he like leans into his very thick Irish accent.
Someone will see me.
He says fecking a lot, which is not something I'd heard before. I think if you cram yourself into the very back of this, you can.
Nope. Cannot.
I swear I've done it before, but maybe not.
Just gotta leave this building right here, and then I'll just do it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a Poe right here.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they are just around. If you want some money, by the way, anytime you see a large group of the crows, if you shoot them all with your arrows, they will. If you shoot all of them in a large group, they drop a ton of money.
Really?
Like hundreds.
Hundreds, huh? That's kind of crazy.
Yeah. There's one here. There's one... I think this bridge is one of them. There's like an amphitheater situation. I think it's outside of South Castletown? In Hyrule Field? That one has...
Who the hell is this guy?
Just a dude.
Just a dude.
Yeah. But no, maybe I'll send you the Portal one, because it's only 2 episodes. The first episode's like 30 minutes, and the next one's like 50 minutes. And so, if you like his style or not, I just think he's very, very funny, and his Let's Plays are really good. I've watched him stream a little bit. The other thing he does is his editing team, whether it's him or if he has editors, I don't know. He has some really funny gags that I think they're not complicated, but they require just a little bit of like editing prowess and know-how, where like in his Wind Waker playthrough, he has this joke that like Beetle doesn't like him, and he'll have these scenes where he will have this footage of like Beetle's ship from far away, and he'll do a Beetle voice that goes, "Fuck you," and like, but it has this like distant quality to it, like it was said from far away, and he bleeps it. He actually bleeps the fuck in there. It's very, very funny, and it's not a complicated gag, but it's really entertaining. So
if I could edit, that would be nice.
It's just really, it's one of those things where it's actually just really interesting. And I appreciate the YouTube content, and his streaming content's really good. And the other thing too is you'll see him do a lot of the stuff, and while he does have some edited gags like that, he actually has a lot of really good, like on the fly. Like I watched a couple of his streams, and he was like on it the whole time, like making jokes and doing funny shit the whole time.
It's really hard to do. It's hard to be
really
on
hard to do.
Like all the time.
Yeah, it is, and he pulls it off, which is just really impressive.
It's very difficult.
He is the one who did. I think you were in chat for this. He had his channel hacked, and his whole by a crypto scam.
Yep.
And his whole channel got taken down for a couple of days.
I gotta go talk to what's her name now.
You just show it to Ilya, yeah.
I show it to Ilya. I don't show it to bartender lady.
I think the description tells you, but I believe you show it to Ilya.
Okay. Yeah, maybe show it to her and get her memory back. Maybe
yeah. If you read the flavor text of the item, it might tell you, but I believe you show it to Ilya.
Okay. We'll go there then.
It's not the only thing you do. You actually have a little bit more. But
we're making good headwinds.
We really are. I would really like it if we could do... There's one more thing to do, and I think we could do it tonight. I think we can get through it tonight because it's not too long, but it's really weird and fun. And I hope we can get to it.
Like 5 minutes before 10 o'clock, because I have to drug my dog.
Oh, that'll be fun.
Yeah, he has to get special medicine and stuff to help him chill the hell out when he goes to the vet tomorrow.
Anxiety meds, yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna get he has to take 1 pill tonight and then 2 pills, one other pill, and then melatonin like an hour and a half before, and then he takes this little liquid like 30 minutes before. And
what else is he doing? Is he just getting a checkup?
He's getting his vaccine. He's getting all of his vaccinations, and we're gonna clip his nails. And his nails are long.
Yeah. So they gotta really,
and
they're probably gonna Dremel it. Yeah.
They're gonna hit the quick like every single time. So I just need him to chill.
That's better than him having to be knocked out completely.
Mm-hmm. Let's try this. No effect.
Show it to Renato.
No, I think I have to go show it to. I think I had to go show it to the bartender. I think it was right. Right? Maybe I have to show it to him. We'll try. Yep. No, I gotta show it to her. I was right.
I could have sworn.
We'll go
read the flavor text on it though, real fast.
Okay.
Just to make sure I'm not crazy. Mm-hmm. Crazy.
Maybe we go downstairs with it.
Oh. I don't think you show it to Shad, but I could be wrong. Oh, yeah, I forgot about these.
Nope. The oddly designed statue supposedly once belonged to Ilya.
Honestly,
the bartender is who told me to get it. Or the doctor. Do I have to go show it to the doctor? Well, we'll go back. Let's have fun. We'll go back to Castletown. It's just a warp is super easy, and I know exactly where to go.
What is this? I'm gonna look it up real fast.
I have to change my Yu-Gi-Oh deck around for this weekend, or I play some janky nonsense, which is kind of funny if I do.
By the way, if you want to warp there is a chest you can get in Link's house now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can warp back there in a little bit.
No, once Link shows the statue to Ilya.
I did.
Just says once you show it to Ilya. So if there's another step, I don't know. I'm gonna look again.
That's all right. We'll be right here, so it doesn't take super long to do this. And if it is, then I just go back. Maybe I just wasn't in her line of sight. I have to stand in front of her rather than to the side.
I honestly, it was probably just you didn't stand in exactly the right spot. I think that's all it is.
But we'll go look and see. No big deal.
I showed it on a chat. Unfortunately, I don't think I can. Oh, I could actually show them off. So recently, I bought some pins, some merch off of website, and I
join the Discord to see all the fancy fun things.
Yeah, but I made these. So basically, I bought some pins, and then I made these shadow boxes, and hopefully, I guess I should do it not with stream delay. I should look at my video feedback. Michael, if he's still here, will really like these. Trying to get the glare off of it. I think these turned out really, really cool. So I bought these pins, and I have some more. And they, I bought these pins, and I made these shadow boxes. Basically, I bought from just like Michael's. I bought like a regular shadow box. And then I had to do some arts and crafts. I had to put some, I had to basically put a foam backing in there, and then I put felt on top of the foam to make it look a smidge better, just because it wouldn't have looked great otherwise, with just the pure foam. And then I had to like cut that to the right size, and then glue the pieces together and stick it in the back of the thing and blah, 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 and then stick the pins into it. And what I found at my desk, I don't know when I got these, but I have some Zelda pins. So I'm gonna have to get
those.
These have been on my desk for like years. I think I got them for free with something.
No response. All right. Yeah, I guess I just wasn't in her line of sight when I did it.
I think I bought something. Which is funny, because that shadow box actually has a Zelda pin in the middle of it. But I think I bought something and like had some spare, like I got free credit towards something.
Did you get those at Naka or anything?
I think I got them. I honestly don't know. I've had these for so long.
Ah, Nakakon.
But I think I had like store credit for or something like that on some online shop or something. And so I just nabbed them. But I also I bought the Xenoblade, Zelda, and Pokemon ones. I also have some Mass Effect ones, which I don't have enough of those pins to make a full shadow box. I have supplies to make another box, but I need to find some more. I think I'm going to try to find some Dragon Age pins.
I need my one more piece of art to come in. I should know where the hell I'm going to hang it.
Yeah, because I also have I can get this one too. I have an FTL one I did too. Because I have, a long time ago, I bought.
There we go. I just had to have
sale,
her little marker pop up.
On clearance, I bought a pins of all the FTL ships, and I've had them sitting around my room.
Those are cool.
For ages. And so I made this too, which I'm very excited about. And I have them hanging in my office now.
Chic.
Okay.
The Bridge of Eldon.
The Hidden Village. Yep, we can do the Hidden Village if you go there. We can totally do this. You actually found the door to this a long time ago, but it was blocked.
Oh, it was the door that I couldn't do anything?
It looked like a bombable wall, but you couldn't actually bomb it. And that's exactly the situation. You needed a Goron to go clear it for you. You should be able to warp close to it. I think if you warp to the Bridge of Eldon and then just go north, you should basically get there right away.
Okie dokie. Easy peasy. Alright. We will warp. Up to here, right? Bridge of Eldon? Yeah, we gotta go up there. Alright, so that's fine. I can warp to the Bridge of Eldon, and then I can just go across and get an Epona.
Or just running. You have a dash as Wolflink too, so.
Oh yeah, I guess that's true.
Both work, but do whatever. That's where you're going.
Whee!
And then we're gonna do a very weird, very fun section of this game.
Is it the Hidden Village? Is it the weird, fun section of the game?
They told you you're going to a hidden village, and it is in fact the weird, fun section of the game.
Okay.
So yes,
Sweet.
Is the answer.
Well,
but also,
I'm gonna ignore that for now, and I'm gonna go do this stuff real quick.
What?
It's fine. We're fine.
I think you've gotten that bug, by the way, with the boomerang.
Did I?
I think you did. I think you can get it again, by all means, but I think you got that one with the boomerang.
I mean, I might have.
Oh god, you know what game you should play on this channel at some point?
What?
Sonic Adventure 2 Battle. But only do Chow Gardens.
Damn, I have got this bug, son of a bitch.
Yeah. Just
oh yeah, because we went up here already. That's right. We did a cave.
Just do Chow.
Just do Chow
Chows
Garden.
and nothing else.
But what's over here?
What is over there? That's an interesting question, isn't it? The thing I'm talking about is genuinely not very long. Probably take you half an hour, so you can probably do it.
But there's something over down there.
Yeah. I'm saying you could probably do both. As long as this room isn't crazy long, you should be fine.
We'll do... Oh... Yeah, we'll do this.
Do it. You can do it.
I did not make that jump. Oh. Back on the
I don't
bridge.
think you need double claw shot, but I know for a few of the caves you need doubles.
Well, I missed the jump, so I'm all the way back up here, so I'm just gonna go to the hidden village. I'm not gonna embarrass myself with another jump.
Yeah, no, you don't have a glider in this one.
Son of a bitch. Oh well, that's fine. When did that get delayed to? Next year?
What?
Breath of the Wild 2.
I think it's
next year. It got delayed, right?
I think they said spring 2023.
Okay. I was wondering.
I think that's what it was. I don't know. I'm just sort of waiting for it to happen when it happens.
Yeah, I mean, you'll have other games to play in the fall anyway, so.
Well, we're 2 months away from Xenoblade. Like, I'm finishing some games up, and I'm like, I'm gonna need something to play before Xenoblade, but like, I don't know what. And honestly, Xenoblade's gonna take us a long time because I'm gonna be playing with my husband, and so finding the time to play together is gonna be harder. And we're not gonna play it every night. So, like, I will definitely need. Yeah, I know, Michael. I will definitely need other stuff to do. So at some point, I'm going to have another game to play while Xenoblade's going on.
Punch that wall.
Yeah!
Buff boy. Interesting.
Scent of evil. Michael, maybe. I don't know if I could do it that fast. I got to finish Hollow Knight and...
I have to, oh, this is a stealth mission?
Kirby is close. Stealth-ish. Yeah, I probably will do New Game Plus Xenoblade 2. Hollow Knight's just taken a while.
So can I just, like, snipe them? Can they just not know I'm here?
Yes, walk in. It won't work until you walk in. There's a little cutscene.
I mean, I killed those two guys.
Okay, well, either way, walk in.
Wow, wow. Wow, wow. Oh my god, it's a western.
Yes, it is.
Oh, that's funny.
Fun fact, this music is in Smash.
Is it really?
It was in Brawl.
Oh, that's kind of funny. Oh, missed. There we go. And what about this? If I hit this one? Nope. If I hit this one? Nope. What if I hit that one? Or this one? Alright, I got another guy.
It's just so weird.
This is bizarre.
And the reason I was saying to wait is I didn't know if it would work. There's a counter in the bottom right for all the ones that are left.
So they just can't see me? Is that the issue?
They can. They'll just shoot at you like crazy, and it just becomes really annoying because they'll like call their friends and they will just shoot at you nonstop.
Alright, well, I'm down to 9.
You're fine. It's not actually that hard. There's just a couple of them are tough to track down.
Okay.
And if any of them see you, they will start calling their friends and it can get annoying.
I don't know where more of them are.
I like how they made the windows rattle to know that they're destructible.
Yeah. Aha. I found you. Gotcha. Oh! You're above, huh?
Yep.
Aha. There are several of you above. Gotcha. Right in the dick. Quickest bow in the West. There's a chicken. Hey! Can I do this now?
And the final Howling Stone.
Transform into wolf.
I guess, yeah.
I can do this now. Oh, I'll leave it for later.
Yeah. You can do it right afterwards, you're fine.
Silly game.
But it is the last one in the game. Michael, he has already done the chicken gag.
I have became a chicken. I have
In
become
Twilight Princess.
one with the chicken. Oh, snap. Oh, bro. Oh, bro. No. No. Walk onto the one that's in front of you. Jesus Christ, video game. I'm gonna look up through a wall that I can't see and shoot that guy. Alright. It's fine. I'm done complaining now.
Yeah, I will say, Michael, I probably will do New Game Plus, Xenoblade 2.
One left, huh? Oh, is that one right there?
I need to get all the New Game Plus blades.
Yeah. Fastest bow in the West.
Nice.
The guy through the wall was closer, so therefore I always target him. Why is there a wanted poster of a guy with a cowboy hat on? Right there. What is that? Hold on, I gotta count that. My name is Imp.
Oh.
Xenoblade is Switch. Xenogears is PlayStation. Or Xenosaga, sorry.
Xenosaga is like PlayStation 1.
Yeah,
to be
OG,
clear.
PlayStation 1, and there's one of them on the PlayStation 2?
Yeah, one of them is like 3 discs on the PS2.
Mm-hmm.
The studio and the IP used to be owned by Square, and then they sold it to the publishing company. Hey, Kitty.
What up, Kitty?
They sold the rights, or I think they sold the studio, or they sold the rights to the studio, and then it broke off from Square, and then that studio got acquired by Nintendo. And Tetsuya Takahashi is the sort of guy who the story of the Xeno games lives in his head. And basically, Xenosaga was supposed to be 6 games to complete the sort of vision that he had, and he never got to complete it. And so Xenoblade is an attempt to complete that vision. Basically, it's a different game, but a lot of the elements have been present in both games, and Xenoblade 3 appears to complete the original vision that he had outlined for Xenosaga. That's why Xenoblade 3 is such a big deal, is it appears to actually complete the plot.
Alright, 100, 1,000, million, billion, trillion.
Quadrillion.
It's a quadrillion for this guy.
But Corbin, genuinely, Xenoblade is one of the weirdest, coolest JRPG series out there. No. You can start with Xenoblade 1, and then there's also Xenoblade X or Xenoblade Cross. You do not need to play it. Probably.
Here's another thing.
We don't know.
You don't really need to play Xenoblade. You don't.
Oh, shut up. Xenoblade is one of the weirder, cooler JRPG series. It's very well liked by the people who like it. I think the chicken counts as seeing you, by the way.
Are you serious?
I think so. I think it's like Skyrim. I think you need to find a place that's not near the chicken.
Screw the chicken.
Just go inside a random building and then, yeah. Oh, what? I don't know. Then. If you would like to try out Xenoblade, you only need to play Xenoblade 1 and 2 for now. Whether or not you need to play X remains to be seen. But you should not play Xenoblade 3 without playing the other 2. Luckily, Xenoblade Definitive Edition on the Switch is it is a port of the original game, but it is a marked improvement. Okay, by the way, go back into the town now.
I went in as a doggy.
Yes. Go do the Howling Stone, but there is a minigame you get to by talking to that chicken as a dog.
Are you serious?
Yes, I think it has triggered now. But you have to clear it and come back. You might actually have to go complete the next step of this quest first. But talk to the chicken and see if they offer you a minigame.
I can't get in here.
I think you're just the wrong angle.
No, I don't.
You
There
can
we
climb
go.
up some stairs and some buildings and stuff.
I had
Anyways,
to like, go up a ledge.
Corbett, Xenoblade 1 Definitive Edition on the Switch is a genuinely good JRPG. Xenoblade 2. Remember, it shows you the credit as you get it right. So you just have to get the beginning and then look at the end.
Alright.
The blue shows you what is correct.
Alright. How do I listen to it again?
I don't know. But you can literally just fiddle around and wave the stick around to find all the blue spots.
Okay.
But yes, anyways, Corbin, the that is a valid strategy. It does technically work.
Does it really?
It'll reveal the blue, and then you can sort of fill in the gaps. If you can infer from there, it does technically work. The only thing is you have to make sure you're stopping in the middle long enough to see the path, but yes.
That's
Now
very
just-
funny.
I didn't want to tell you that before. I didn't want to ruin the puzzle beforehand, but this is the last one, so you can just, yeah. Corbin, generally, you're on the Discord. If you would like, if you are curious about checking out Xenoblade, I can give you.
Just don't run now.
Don't tell
run
him-
far. Run.
Don't tell him to not play one of the greatest games of the last 20 years.
No.
But genuinely, it's very good. Definitive Edition is like a 10 out of 10 JRPG. It's very well constructed. The quality of life improvements made over the original are insane.
Play Bravely Default 2 rather than Xenoblade.
It is a port. So there are you can see the fact that it's a port, right? There are some textures and models that look a little weird, but it is a really, really, really good game. And Corbin, I love Xenoblade. I will be with you every step of the way. If you
I can name at least 3 better ones. They're all Pokemon. That's pretty funny.
Xenoblade is to be clear, when
What?
I say I like Xenoblade, my husband and I literally walked down the aisle to music from Xenoblade 2. Our relationship sort of blossomed with
Xenoblade
with Xenoblade 1. I owned Xenoblade 1 on the Wii, or still own Xenoblade 1.
That's
on the
why
Wii.
he actually likes it, not because it's a good game. It's because he got a husband out of the deal.
No, I mean, both of those things are great, but Xenoblade 1 I owned, and I had started but hadn't finished. I didn't get very far into it. And
Let's
But-
go! Chat's on my side. Let's go! All he said is to dig.
so the chicken, or is there a cat back there?
Not that I saw. But I can go look around.
There's either the mini game is, yeah, you tell him, Michael. The mini game involves that little back area, and you either talk to a cat or a chicken, and they give you the mini game. You might need to finish the Ilia side quest first. So go finish that side quest, and we'll see. But I owned Xenoblade 1, and I had played it, but I hadn't finished it, and it was really, frankly, I hadn't really played any JRPGs before that. I think I had maybe dabbled in the genre, but I really hadn't done much.
Correct.
And after college, I played some RPGs, but not JRPGs. Sorry, I guess Eternal Sonata might have been
Oh, God.
because I did play that in college, and Xenoblade was after college.
I love that game so much.
We should play it on stream too. It's
I
great.
have a PS3 and I own the game.
But I played.
That game slaps.
I mentioned it basically. My husband saw it on my shelf and was like, "I've been curious about this game. I've heard that it's really good." And I was like, "I really liked it, but I didn't finish it. We can play it together." And so we played Xenoblade 1 together. This is an emotional cutscene, so I guess I'll wait.
Oh yeah, sorry, I'm starting a cutscene by the way. Always. You remembered my name. Now what's my doggy's name? Or my doggy. My horse's name. There we go. I ruined a cutscene by calling Epona a dog. Did you make pierogies or mac and cheese? Pierogies. Yes, Definitive Edition is the first one. Alright, calm down, Titan. Oh, now I can just call Epona whenever I want.
Yes, that's what the item does.
Very cool.
I love that they don't play the item sound here to ruin the mood.
It definitely seems like some kind of version of it, but it's nice.
This is just
Oh,
Ilia's
sorry.
theme.
No, it sounded like Epona's song a little bit, but yeah.
So, I will say, we've gotten here, so I will say this. It's technically a spoiler for things that don't happen in this game.
So I have to go back to the village now and show her the rod? I have to go back to the village and show Impa my rod?
Yes. So here's the mild spoiler, but it's for a thing that doesn't happen. That is basically the end of Ilia's story. Even in the credits, there is no further resolution really to her story.
That's it?
Yeah. Which is my one major disappointment in this game is I would have really appreciated a post-credit scene or a credit scene that showed them together or something, and they just literally don't. They resolve a bunch of other stuff, and I really like what they do with the credits and post-credit. There is a post-credit scene, but they don't. Ilia literally, until you beat the boss, just stays in this town, and it is a little frustrating, basically, that you never get anything else out of her. She vaguely is like, I do remember you. That's it, the end, basically. It is a little dissatisfying.
Kind of anticlimactic.
I agree. They set up a really beautiful relationship between Link and Ilia, and I think the writing at the beginning of the game was really good to, like, show you that. And then they just don't... I don't feel like they follow through.
Zelda
basically.
can only be with Link.
No, Zelda's... They do not... Zelda's relationship with Link in this game is entirely platonic.
I know.
And they don't do anything else with that. And it's very frustrating that they don't resolve that at all. Which is it's just sad. It literally... I think they show all the kids going back to Ordon.
Hey, look, there's some
in the
cats.
Credits. Yeah, so go talk to Impaz.
I'll have to go attack the cuckoo leader to find out.
Ask, not attack.
I thought I said attack.
No.
We'll go attack it.
Ask.
Nope. I'm pretty sure I said attack.
Anyway, but Corbin, genuinely, if you are curious about Xenoblade, I would be ecstatic if like DM me on Discord and we can talk about a Xenoblade. Like it's a beautiful, lovely game. It's different, but it is, I think, really genuinely fun.
I have to talk to all the cats.
You have to talk to every individual cat.
Well, this game sucks.
There are, it's either 15 or 30.
20.
20. That's neither of the numbers I said, but they will tell you if you've already talked to it. If you talk to one again, it doesn't make you instantly lose or anything. This is the best time for Kitty to be here. This is her game. But I love how they bring back the music for this game.
Yeah, they definitely do.
But
First
yeah,
one, meow.
Yep.
All right,
That's it.
Let's
This is
keep
the game.
track. There's 2 meow. There's 3 meow. There's 4 meow.
Yeah, Xenoblade 1
meow.
and 2 have a little... There's a few mechanics, more in 2 than 1, but there's a few mechanics that are a little obtuse.
6 meow.
That can make it a little bit hard to
7
really get
meow.
into it.
What do I get for this?
I think it's a heart piece.
This is not worth it.
Well, I mean, you already did it. Whatever, it's fine.
8 meow.
It's also very silly and fun.
It is silly. I don't know about fun.
Also, all things
9
considered, this is going to take you, like, maybe 5 whole minutes.
I know.
It's fine.
10 meow.
I have started to realize that sometimes I
11 meow.
bitch and moan
Nope,
about
never mind.
like
10 meow.
weird or like annoying mini games and games where it's like this whole thing took me 20 minutes and it was pretty fun. Like I
Yeah,
shouldn't really complain about
Well, sorry,
it.
Chocobo Racing would love a word with you.
Right.
Not a fun minigame.
But like Kirby Forgotten Land has a minigame in it, and I was like, oh my god, a fishing minigame. It took me 15 minutes and I was done. I literally got all the rewards. Like, I'm an adult, I know how to do
12
these
meow.
things. It's not actually hard.
13
I
meow.
just finished them all, and it was not bad.
Maybe there are 15 in them. 14 meow. Alright, I got one more. Maybe. I must have missed one somewhere.
Wait, is Corbin old enough to know what was it? The fucking realistic dragon-based breeding game or whatever? You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
The fully realistic dragon breeding game.
God. I thought we've forgotten about that.
Oh, that one's never gonna die.
Um,
What? It's something. What is it?
should.
It's not reality based. It's something based. Maybe it was genetics based breeding game. I can't remember. But there was this post on Reddit where somebody had this idea to create a. They wanted to create a basically a fully what's the word? Procedural game that was entirely centered around breeding dragons to create different traits or whatever, which was very thinly veiled furry vibes.
Oh yeah. Can I transform into a human and be fine? Or
No,
will it
you
fuck
have
me?
to do this. You can't talk to animals as a human.
Oh hey, look, he's behind this right here. All right.
Was that the last one?
That was 15.
They'll tell you when you're done.
Oh, so there's 5 more.
I think so.
Where?
Did you go all the way into the back corner to the back and left of the house?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the thing. Like, it was weirdly like, yeah, dragons are cool, and there was this like weird, but there was this very weird, like clearly, the other problem was it was clearly like a person who did not understand.
Let's just
They made a post on Reddit asking for like advice on how to make a game, and it was just a very bland like, I'm gonna make a video game. It can't be that hard. I want to make a fully.
There's 16. All right.
I want to make a fully procedural dragon breeding game, and they were like very dismissive on Reddit of the idea of like that's not easy. It's not easy to just make a video game, and they thought it would be easy, and people were like, you, for what you have in mind, they're like, you need like a full staff, you need, you know, like a design studio to do this. And they're like, no, I'm smart, you're just being dismissive of me because I'm a girl or whatever. And it's like, no, you're just really not getting it.
You don't understand.
You don't understand what you're getting into.
17. So there's some that are just appearing out of nowhere.
No, they've ish been there. By the way, some of those boxes you can climb on if you just climb at a different angle. Like you're trying to climb on them straight on, but if you climb on them like from the side, I think you can get up some of those boxes.
What the hell is going on?
But yes, I think the main thing is that some of the cats are up top. There's also some basically back and left of Impa's house. Sorry, Impaz's house.
It's Impa.
I mean, it is, obviously. But...
Yeah, but I can't get up there with this because every time I try to turn to the side, it just like freaks
pushes
out.
you off. You can get on top other ways, and then there's a bunch of walkways for you to use.
Yeah, I've talked to this guy back here.
Okay. Yeah, I know you can get up top, and I think you have to maybe jump across the gap at some point.
I don't know.
Yeah, and also don't forget you can jump through windows. So if you can get, check behind those barrels actually in that house you were just in the back corner by.
I already did that. He's already.
You broke the barrels.
I didn't break them. I talked to the guy behind them.
Okay.
Can I use Midna?
Get up, maybe. I thought you could for some of this, but maybe not.
Like, this seems very obvious, like I should be able to get up there, but
I think as a human you can, but I don't think
it's
as a woman
like,
you
it's
can.
pushing me off. What I mean is, can I transform into a human to get up to places?
I mean, you could try. I didn't think you could, but you can certainly try. But I think the cats count as seeing you.
Yeah, maybe. Because yeah, there's a guy right here.
But go to the other side.
See, there's another one right there that I want to talk to, but I can't get to him.
You need to go into the first building at the entrance of town on the right.
Yeah, up here.
And then you can walk across the catwalks and jump through windows. And I think there's a spot where you can jump across from one side to the other.
There's no. What do you mean? There's a catwalk? There's no. What are you talking?
Well, there's outside paths. And then I swear there's a part where they're close enough that you can jump across, but I could be wrong.
Nope.
So.
Yeah, I can't like.
Yeah, because of that railing. Can you go into any of the other houses on the other side of the street and see if you can go up? Is there a staircase that you've just missed?
I don't know.
Or a window you can break through?
Nothing here. And I can go on this table, but that's not enough. Can I just talk to him from the table? Because there's two up there that I need.
If you can target them. But if you can't target them, then no. But see, that window being breakable, that it's rattling, those you can get in. That's the key. So backtrack from there. Like, go outside, follow that path, and see.
There's nowhere to break in.
Well,
from.
there's the other side has one too.
There's nowhere to break in from that one. No way. Okay.
Can you just jump at the ledges?
Can I transform into a freaking human and do it that way?
I mean, maybe you can if you go into the back alleys.
Maybe. I don't think so. I think they'll catch me. Well, this is annoying.
I swear there's a way. Maybe you have to push a crate, and maybe you have to do something. I swear there's a way for you to jump from one side to the other.
I mean, there has to be.
Like,
and it has to be from getting up on that side right there. Like right there, there is a jump right there I can make that I can do because the rail's gone. So I can make.
Can you climb onto the side of that wagon?
the crate thing here? Nope. Nope. Nope.
Can you get on top of the bar?
I can get on top of the bar, yeah, but it doesn't give me high enough. It's like, this is very obvious. To do this, into that, into that. Okay, come on now. Climb. Oh my lord.
Try...
Ay.
But if you turn, you immediately fall off. So it's like...
Yeah, it's very frustrating.
What do we do? What do we do? What do we... Wait! Wait, go... Go upstairs in that first house. That's gotta be the key.
Yeah.
It has to be, right?
I don't, yeah, Corbin, we don't know. I'm not sure if we know.
I don't think there's a place you can transform. You can't talk to animals as a human. That's for sure. 100% you cannot talk to animals as a human.
The rails
Can you,
are
like,
annoying.
target jump? Like, L target
With Midna?
that gap? Not even that, just, like, L target the fence gap that you, like, can't climb over. That when you climb over, it dangles you over the ledge.
Oh, like right here?
Yeah, and then can you, like, L target and then do a jump attack with A and go over the ledge, maybe? Is it not enough space? No. Because I swear that's gotta be your key.
Maybe. But I think the rail is there to stop me from doing that.
That's entirely possible.
Oh.
And none of them have a staircase.
What about this? Can I like jump up there? Oh, okay. Wait. Nope, damn. Like, this is promising. Go up there. Oh fuck. Yeah, I don't know.
Let's see if I can find a Hidden Village Cats video and see what we're missing.
I have
Check by Impaz's house too, and see if there's some ledge or something.
There's like this right here. Am I just missing something? But yeah, I don't know if we could turn into a human, because as soon as you get to a spot where you're kind of secluded, a cat will run around and follow you.
You can be okay. This person is a human.
You
for part of
can.
this.
Okay, so you have to.
There is a spot.
Oh boy.
They just do it in the middle of the fucking town.
Oh, you could just do it without a cat seeing you?
They just...
Yep, you can do it without it. Cat doesn't have to. Cat can see you. Doesn't matter.
So I don't know what spots you were in before, but yes.
All right. Well,
That's
this makes this 10 times easier.
Yeah, you can the ropes, by the way, the like nets, you can claw shot too. But yes, that's
really?
that's the trick.
I can
Yeah,
claw shot
there's
to
a
that?
net. Yeah,
Yeah, this is way easier now.
that's it. All right, you got it.
Damn. I was fed misinformation about the cats being able to see me.
I thought, well, there was a spot. Maybe the chicken can, but the cats can't, or something like that.
No, we couldn't do it because of the side quest. That was the whole thing.
Maybe that's what it was before. But yeah, there are spots around where you can.
So now with this, how the hell do I get up here? Because I'm gonna have to like.
Maybe you can get on top of the buildings. By the way, you can shoot the windows to break them. I think you can get on top of the building next to it. Not just on the balcony, but on the actual top of the building.
We'll find out here in a second. I was about to say, we've really exhausted all options. It
Yeah, I
has
know,
to be that you could be a dude, but you could be a person.
Yeah, I was sitting there going like, I don't know, man. I'm like, I don't know.
Aha!
Here it is. Yeah.
Can I target the cat and then like?
Well, if they can see you, that doesn't matter. You can just roll into it, and you'll grab onto the ledge.
Can I?
I think so.
Yep. Oh, I push it down too. That's really nice. That's good.
That's 19 though, right?
Yeah, I'm still missing one,
Still one more.
which is fine. All right. One more.
It has to be up top. You've done enough walking around. It just go up onto the balcony by the first building. You can, as a human, you can go over those fences. You can totally make that jump because as a human, you can stand on those fences.
What do you mean? What are you talking about?
On the other side of town.
That balcony over there?
The one with the boxes that you couldn't stand on?
I could just go on the boxes.
Well, but yeah.
This is talking about?
So yeah, sorry, I thought this was a different building.
No.
But yes, this is the balcony I meant. It's probably somewhere up here.
Oh, he's right there. He's following me. Hi,
Yep.
kitty.
And there you go.
Meow. Wow, meow.
Wow.
All right, there we go.
All right, and then go talk to the cuckoo leader, and the game is done.
Man, that sure
That's
was...
it. He said make sure to pick it up before you leave. And in fact, also, if you want to do the final... Where did he put it? By Impaz's house. That's
Yep.
what it was. So go do that, and then if you talk to Impaz, you'll do one last like story cutscene, basically.
Jesus Christ.
Can you only break them with an arrow?
No,
okay.
it was just glitched.
It was just like a weird... Okay.
Harpies.
Yep. And then talk to Impaz. She'll give you a smidgen of stuff, which I believe she fixes your Dominion Rod without realizing it. Also, I think there's something in this house. I think there's a chest in here.
That rod.
Oh, maybe not. Maybe
That
it's randomized.
giant rod.
Titus, you can show me your rod anytime.
But I don't have a rod, actually. I got a tube.
I'm about to say you got something. Unless you've been hiding a secret for a long time.
Dun dun. The book. This is that book. Please take it. Thanks for the book. And then we go back.
Yep.
Cat toy.
Yep.
So, she doesn't restore my rod.
She gave you the book, right?
Yeah.
So
I gotta go talk to what's his name.
you got to go talk to Shad.
Yeah. And he's gonna be like,
And
hey.
then there's more. There's actually still a whole other section.
Holy cow.
I know, I told you the section between these temples is the longest.
Well, this is probably good. We're gonna warp back to Kakariko, but this is a good place to stop.
Yep. Maybe go save in the room with Shad so we know where to start.
I have to go drug my dog.
Yeah. Yeah, go into Kakariko, turn into a human, drop into that hole, and then save in there. Hopefully it'll put you back in Renato's house.
Drop into the hole with my performance rod.
Yes.
Or lack of performance rod. Because it's all sucked of power. I don't like this. Can we stop?
That was kind of your fault.
That was bad.
That was on you.
And that's the end of the show. We are now canceled.
Yeah, so next time we will do some stuff to go get the next dungeon. And then...
Wow, Michael took it way too far.
Yeah, your item thing is full now, you'll notice. Your like list of items.
I wonder what I'm gonna get in this next dungeon. It's definitely not the dual claw shots.
I'm so mad you figured that out. Because it's such a cool surprise if you don't know. Because you're like, what could it possibly be? What could they give me next? And then that's the whole thing.
We don't have a. Oh no, it's just a wooden shield, as we don't have. Never mind.
Yeah, I will say in Skyward Sword, you actually just get the dual claw shots as a single item. That's the whole thing. Skyward Sword also uses claw shots and hook shots. But
This game's so good.
I was telling you for literally years that this would be your favorite Zelda game.
It's so good. It's so fun. I love old school Zelda.
This is I tell you, this is the most perfected they've ever done the Zelda formula. Breath of the Wild was good, but it's not the Zelda formula. And this is, I think, the best that formula has ever been. The other games have been good, but in large part due to them deviating from the formula in certain areas. So,
alrighty, guys, thank you so much for hanging out with us today. That was a lot of fun. We're going to do the Sky Temple next time. We're going to try to get to it at least. I'm assuming we'll be able to get to it.
You will definitely get to it next time, but that temple is long. We're not finishing it in one go like we did Temple of Time and like we did...
Oh, and hey, I didn't hit the thing. We're still recording. Yay!
I almost asked you that earlier in the episode just to double check.
Yeah.
But yes, that I'm glad that you should have just checked, to be perfectly honest.
Nah, we were gonna let it go.
But
thank you so much. Like, comment, subscribe, have fun.
Yeah,
Join us on
do all the
Twitch. Down below, a little link. You can follow us on social medias and all that good stuff. I'll sell out.
Discord.
I don't care.
Discord is a thing.
Discord is a thing. We're really happy to have you when we talk about video games and
very weird.
Boobas. Chat talks about boobas a lot. I have no control.
I definitely don't.
I have no control over it. Bye.
Bye.